Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Okay, it's enabled. Should do that. Okay, let me fix this real quick because it likes being a butt. Also, I wanted to remember to do that, but I forgot to do that because I'm smart. Okay, let me go over here real quick. That is not at all what I meant to click. I'm very smart. Okay. Close that. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're gonna edit over here. Okay. I got that, and then we're gonna go. Okay. What else do I need to click? Yeah, no, entertainment's fine. Okay, yeah, no, that should be fine. Thank you, freaking YouTube. Oh well. It'll be nice to get back to this because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
With Canada on fire and trying to sweep you into its smoke pollution. and then I had my friend's wedding.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was really pretty, but I will say it was kind of funny. So her and her dude are more like traditional. Like her dude is like, I think it's a lot of things of like recent converts in general. Tend to go all like, I'm gonna be like the hyper traditional one, and so he'll do like Latin mass, not like the SXPX, but it's like a different one. But like Latin mass kind of thing. So they opted to do, I don't think it was not like a completely Latin mass, but that like almost every single song was like traditional and in Latin. But partially because of that, we didn't get a lot of us like took a while on the cues. So we did not kneel until like, it's like, oh dang, it's almost Jesus. Oh gosh. And we had to, and then you could just hear all the kneelers going down. And it was like,
well, did they not ring the bells to let everyone know? Or?
Like, well, that's what it is, Jesus. But
oh, right.
But it's like, wait, oh no, it started to say the words of consecration. It's almost at the words of consecration. Gotta start kneeling. Like they tried to write it in their thing, but we weren't like all reading like the thing. And then in general, it's like, I think I know what I'm doing, but a lot of the time, especially with mass, I'll get like in super like thinky mode, and just kind of more reflecting and that kind of thing, and more I just kind of follow the crowd body wise.
Right.
So also because I was like maid of honor, I had to be in the front row. So
oh jeez,
it's multiple. But it was really nice. They had one of the. It was like an older style, so they actually had like the communion rail, and so we used the communion rail, which was nice. But they had to tell us how to use. Nice. They had to tell us how to use it though, because it's like, okay, so we do it one at a time. It's like, no, you like line up. Okay, got it. Got it.
You go. I was like, I swear, I'm Catholic.
I just haven't been to like one of these.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, I was like, oh, she must be so disappointed in us because my friends my friend was almost done. She was like that, or well, sister, but she was at that level. So I was like, she must be so disappointed in all of us. But it was good.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was like it felt very hobbity. She really loves Lord of the Rings. Like the reception was a lot of like green and earthish kind of stuff, and then like a lot of books.
Right.
So it was pretty cool.
That's neat.
But yeah,
I wish we could do something like that for ours, but I don't think so. Our diocese is a little weird about doing anything in Latin, unfortunately. So it's just, I think it's probably just going to be just a normal kind of mass, you know?
well, it was like normal, but like all the hymns were in Latin. Well, I guess like it was also like, actually, yeah, no, the responses were also like the psalm responses at least were Latin.
Right.
But yeah, so it was interesting. It's very interesting. But yeah.
It sounds like it was fun.
Yeah, no, it was great. I had to go to hell to participate, but luckily they're moving out of hell, so that's good.
Where is hell? Austin?
No, it's Houston.
Oh, Houston.
Austin.
I'm not.
Austin has like good points. Okay, I like. It's not as good as it used to be, and just don't go downtown. But like, like the suburbs are nice enough. Hello, Mason. How you doing? Just finished praying the glorious mysteries. Very happy to have discovered you all. Yeah, we're gonna start reading through pretty soon. We have been on this for a while to see all the other parts. Subscribe to Maewen's channel. If you don't want to see the other parts, subscribe to Maewen's channel. She also does gaming stuff. So I put it in my description, so hopefully easy to find. But I'm gonna yap a little long because I want to talk about my dad and his marathon experience thing. So my dad fainted yesterday, and I need to check in on them and see if they figured out what it was yet. Something about, they think it was heart related, but I don't know. But generally my dad's really healthy, so I'm confused about that. But one time he was doing a race, and he fell down, and he's like, oh, that hurt, and then he kept going. Turns out he was bleeding from his head. He finished the race, and he drove home.
Oh my god.
And then my mom like looks at him and was like, well, you gotta go to the freaking emergency room, that's bad. And he had to get staples.
Oh jeez, he didn't have like a concussion or anything, right?
I don't think he did. So that was a few years ago, so it's like I'm assuming it was something like that, where it's just like he's had something for a while, just didn't have it looked at. So I'm hoping he's okay. Yeah, this is Leo's first Encyclical. We're on chapter 4 right now. Are you getting comments on YouTube?
Oh, okay, all right.
It's making it more confusing, I know.
Oh, that's fine.
But I don't know if there's like a way to like share chat on you. That's the thing. That's another thing about and sleepy chats being annoying. Okay, I got sleepy chat set up to do the multi-streaming, and it says it should have the multi-chat, but then it just doesn't show up.
Right.
It says that it should be working. It was working before, and then it just stopped working. So, typical.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, no. But I don't think I was saying anything else, was I?
Well, I don't know now.
But yeah, no, I think it was just like reading Mason's comments. But yeah. Okay, so we finally got into the meat of it. We're actually talking about AI directly.
Yeah.
But
finally with the AI.
Yeah, like we had all the foundational stuff, And now we can go deeper into it. So ready to start?
Yep. Yep.
Okie dokies. Okay.
All right, so I'll do odds and you do evens. We'll do that again, or?
Okay. So you want to start?
Yeah. All right. Having outlined the context in which the challenge of technological transformation is situated, especially those linked to AI and to transhumanist and posthumanist currents, we cannot remain at the level of general analysis alone. When languages and tools change, so do everyday actions and social relationships. For this reason, we must focus on certain areas in which these transformations have particularly concrete and at times tragic consequences. In the light of the principles of the Church social doctrine, the digital transformation invites us to rediscover truth as a common good, to protect the dignity of work, and to safeguard freedom against all forms of dependence and commercialization.
Oh, that I think that's good. The dependent stuff will definitely be an interesting topic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like this one's mainly just a thesis statement of what's gonna be his main points.
Yeah. I was interested if he was going to get into that, because I think that's kind of the model that AI companies are going for, that kind of dependence and then commercialization.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll talk about companions at all.
That's a good question.
But we shall see. Yeah, I think we've already mentioned, like, do you remember what happened with Replica?
Oh, yeah.
Where they, like, changed, like, the replica thing so it wouldn't do like not safe for work stuff as easily.
Right.
And then the Reddit people were like freaking out and were like, oh, we gotta put the suicide hotline in there just in case. And it's like, that's dark.
Yeah, and then they start selling it, and then it's whole thing. Hey, Pathfinder.
Oh, you found a kitten? Hopefully they'll get along with your pup.
I really want a kitten again. I have no cats now, and now I'm kind of upset about it.
You need to find one from the cat distribution system. This one's gonna show up at some point.
Yeah.
Or just go to rescue, I guess. Okay. The use of digital platforms and AI systems is driving profound changes in public and political communication. Tools that could foster dialogue and participation are often used to construct distorted narratives and blur the boundaries between truth and falsehood. Mixing facts with opinions, disinformation did not begin with AI, yet today it finds a powerful amplifier in AI. The ability to manipulate content, images, and videos expose people to biased or misleading perspectives. This problem has both cultural and moral dimensions, since the quality of public communication depends directly on social trust and in turn shapes it. At the same time, truthful information does not arise from centralized or automated control. In public discourse, the truth of facts has a rational dimension, as it requires verification, cross-checking of sources, and reasonable argumentation. Moreover, it is deeply relational, built through bonds of trust and shared practices, as well as an honest exchange with others and with the world. Only with the shared pursuit of the veracity of facts perceived as a common good can provide a solid foundation for just communication. But you named your dog Toto? Oh, Toto's the... Okay, you have another one too. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. It is, like, the general, it's like, misinformation isn't solely, like, starting with AI. There's been a long history of it, and it can come in various forms and stuff, and talk about fake news and all that kind of stuff. But, I needed that on, like, a soundboard or something, I don't know. Waylon. Oh, yeah, because he was named after, like, the country singer, right? For the weenie. Terrier Toto and Weenie Waylon. Ah. Perfect. But yeah, in general, kind of making sure that you actually, like, kind of engaging with your sources properly, kind of thing. But,
yeah.
And it just like gives an extra tool to hide stuff. Ah! So I need to check every single alarm. Okay. Good to go.
Those who command powerful technological and economic resources, along with substantial human capital for intervention, possess significant capabilities for influencing cultural change. Ultimately, they can influence a significant number of people concerning the truth about humanity, the world, the meaning of existence, the family, and even God. This is pure power detached from truth, which subtly or overtly imposes what it wishes others to accept as true. At its root lies a deeper and often unrecognized sickness. The fact that modern man is wrongly convinced that he is the sole author of himself, his life, and society. This is a presumption that follows from being selflessly closed in upon himself. Consequently, people believe that they can construct reality and that whatever best suits their claims corresponds to what is true. St. John Paul II reflected on the consequences of this crisis of truth, going so far as to state that once the idea of a universal truth about the good, knowable by human reason is lost, inevitably the notion of conscience also changes. In such context, universally valid truths, which precede us and which conscience must accept, are no longer recognized. This led Pope Francis to ask with realism, what is law without the conviction, born of age-old reflection and great wisdom, that each human being is sacred and inviolable? To which he concluded, if society is to have a future, it must respect the truth of our human dignity and submit to that truth. Murder is not wrong simply because it is socially unacceptable and punished by law, but because of a deeper conviction. This is a non-negotiable truth attained by the use of reason and accepted in conscience. A society is noble and decent, not least for its support for the pursuit of truth and its adherence to the most basic of truths.
I was talking to my friend the other day, and he was mentioning that it's said that and he does generally find it to be true that a lot of like society's ills come from bad metaphysics.
Right, yeah. Or like metaphysics detached from God.
Yeah. Or the general thing of like you shape your reality, or like the manifesting people, or the you like make your own truth, or like man is meant to be alone, kind of a who was that?
Right.
Was that Rousseau? I forget. I'm trying to remember which I forget. I'm trying to remember which philosophers I don't like for which reasons.
Right. I find this this paragraph here kind of weird. Like all of this is to say like that it's not like incorrect, but like we
the placing of it.
Truths. What?
Or go ahead and say what you were gonna say. Sorry.
It's like, it's not that it's like incorrect. It's just like to say all of this and to not like really mention like that it's all rooted like within God, like as truth itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this quote from Francis is kind of weird because he's like, it's such a weird inclusion because it's like this quote like goes out of its way to not bring up God. And I find that like kind of weird.
Yeah, I
guess
guess
maybe I'm just being like schizo about it, but
I don't know. Like it might be like it's implied depending on like where the document is coming from, kind of thing. But I would say it would be helpful to actually include the mention of God in it, partially because we've been talking a lot about going through this, the whole kind of is the term flip chimping or whatever you like take like this little thing out of context.
Yeah.
So if you kind of to some degree gotta make sure every paragraph has like a pretty good, like should be decently okay on its own, I guess. And part of that would probably be including things that might seem redundant, like that God is truth and the source of all truth, kind of thing, you know?
Right, yeah. I think like this paragraph in particular would have been a great sequitur into that, or just like like a place to do that, but it doesn't, which I find kind of odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to explain like why it bothers me, but
Okay, this is from Mason. I think that what Francis is getting at is that these truths are attainable by natural reason. As Aquinas would say, they are part of the preambles of faith by which we can reach with universal reason. True, like the just general natural law.
Right.
But yeah. So it might be more that. Interesting. The search for truth is an essential element of democracy, which is itself a means of contributing to the common good. When questions about what is true lose their appeal, and the pragmatism takes hold that is content with what appears useful or effective, then democratic life is weakened. After all, democracy does not consist of rules and procedures alone, but above all of a solid concordance with the facts and a genuine commitment to the good of individuals and society as a whole. Indifference to the truth leads slowly but surely to a descent into totalitarianism. As the philosopher Hannah Arendt, I can't read, it's fine, wrote, the ideal subjects of such regimes are not so much those who are ideologically convicted, but rather people for whom the distinction between fact and fiction, i.e. the reality of experience, the distinction between true and false, i.e. the standard of thought, no longer exist. I mean, yeah, I guess was like a key element of 1984, was kind of rewriting history and
right,
reframing things. It's like, we were never at war with those guys, we're at war with these guys. That kind of stuff. But
it's interesting because like this section here is almost like I would almost say that like part of, not that I have anything in particular against democracies, but like it is kind of like a symptom that we see of it a lot. Of like, because of like the way that like our political systems almost force us to think sometimes. It's like,
yeah, especially
like,
when we do two-party,
truth is voted on.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is part of what I have a huge issue with outside of like the Lolicon stuff. This is one of the things that I have a huge issue with like Chibi Reviews and like Celestium and like Rev and all those kinds of people, like quartering. Like, we'll ignore like the context if it like would help the other side, but the context for our side is like super important kind of thing, and it's more
right,
it's very selective, and it's and I think that's disingenuous. Right. If you're gonna argue for the truth, you got to do it for everybody, not just for your allies.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, that's part of why I think it's kind of so easy to grift there, because they'll sweep.
Yeah.
The sweeping is inbuilt for the system to work. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. The error of reasoning backwards from a conclusion rather than the reasoning through the premises. Yeah. And that's a little bit a part of why I haven't gotten through my my video series yet, because I want to get through all the research that I think I need before I actually write the thesis, I guess.
Right.
Like, I have a core idea, and I've got like a general things like backing up that core idea. But I want to make sure that I'm not like, if I already write the thesis, I feel like I'm going to get even more tunnel vision, I guess.
Right. Yeah, Pathfinder, I don't know. I think our shared chat isn't working right now. I'm not sure why.
Let me check.
Well, I'm not getting it on my side.
It says it's enabled. That's strange. Okay.
Twitch never works properly.
End share chat, start sharing chat. I restarted sharing chat. Did that do anything?
Now it says that it's shared chat on my side.
Okay.
Maybe that did something. Okay.
Okay. I stopped and started it. The turning it off and back on again sometimes works. So.
Dude, you would not believe how often I had to do that. I used to do tech support over the phone, and how many times it's like, okay, trust me, just for once, just try restarting it. Just please trust me. Please do this. Like, oh, it worked.
Yeah. Okay, the chat is showing it. Yeah, no, it worked. No, okay, that's the other. Okay, sorry, Mason. That's the other chat. In theory, I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to turn that one off and back on again. I meant to mess with that more, but then I went and I like recopied the source thing. It's like, okay, it should work now. And then it didn't work. So I don't know. I don't know how to fix it, but I'll work on it.
Yeah, I think on my end, I think I get YouTube comments. Not that anyone watches me on YouTube yet, but but that doesn't share it through Twitch. It's just through, I think, my restream chat window.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I should. Maybe if I do restream, that'll probably also be easier to integrate it with the chat kind of thing. Like, I have the multi-chat over here, but I think that there's more tools to, like, show it, I guess, and figure that out. But yeah, it's Pathfinder. It's based on, like, our Discord volume, basically.
Right. Right. I think I had your volume down a little bit. Yeah, that should work better now. There's always some technical issues with these streams.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I never claimed to be a professional streamer, so. Okay.
Alright, it was, me.
Yeah.
Communication and the collective imagination. In view of this, it is important to recall that communication is not only the transmission of information, but it is also the creation of a culture. The content that circulates within digital environments shapes how people perceive the world and introduces into the collective consciousness images and narratives that direct our desires and influence our daily choices. This is not a parallel or purely virtual world, since what originates online now becomes a part of people's lives, especially of the youngest.
Yeah, definitely true.
Yeah, dude, I've seen like something really upsetting lately, and it's like I see like quote unquote like normies, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that start using the internet more often. Like I don't know. Like I've had like family members of mine like start sounding more and more like AI speech.
Oof.
For some reason, and I know that like they're not doing like the AI psychosis thing. It's just like their patterns of speech are like just changing through osmosis, I think.
It's crazy.
And I do not like it at all, because it's like it's affecting the way they speak, which means it's affecting the way that they're thinking too.
True, because that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Like it starts like so young now. Even if it's like they're not directly engaging with AI, but the directly engaging with AI starts so young now too. Like my friend that whose wedding I went to, she's also a teacher. I have a lot of teacher friends, and and they're like half of her class was trying to cheat with AI. She noticed it because it was very obvious, but it's like they're like, I think they were like close to like 4th grade age or something. They were like at the most like the highest age was like 7th grade. So
jeez.
And they were already like super using it. And the funny thing was, there was one kid who kept using it even when like given the chance to like rewrite the paper and stuff. And there was also like a verbal presentation, and he used the AI for that too, for like his note cards and stuff. And then she's like, okay, you can't use your notes. They're using AI, I can tell. And then he was able to perfectly answer it anyway. It's just, he chose to use AI just, I guess, to make it easier, but it's like, if you can do it anyway, why didn't you just do it originally?
I guess, like, I think it's hard for kids nowadays because, like, not only I think have they like attention spans have like gotten really bad because of like social media usage and like
Yeah.
short form content and whatnot. But I also feel like kids these days are just like overloaded with so much stuff. Like, of course they're going to use AI. Like, they have
Yeah.
other stuff they want to do. They want to like play games or like go do something else besides like, which most of the time is just happens to be busy work. Like, it is
Yeah.
important to do, but like, I it's just like a perfect storm, and it's like I don't think they should be doing it, but like I understand why it's happening, you know?
Yeah. I had
And I'm
one
not sure.
teacher who would constantly make us like write papers like in class. And
Uh-huh.
then and it's like, oh, it'll be due by the end of the class. And then she's like, never mind. And then but I was like having like I like mini panic attacks or like breaking down and crying and being sent to the counselor's office because I was so stressed. And then she didn't even
Jeez.
grade it. And then it made me angrier because it's like I went through all that.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm probably a bit too much of a perfectionist on, at least when it came to schoolwork, until I got medicated.
Right, right.
To some degree,
Yeah,
sometimes I wish I wasn't, but oh well.
Yeah, I don't think that the way that we've taught children and like the schooling like pipeline that we have, I don't think
Yeah.
it's really conducive to like learning how to reason, which is like more important in my opinion than like
Yeah.
rote knowledge. And it kind of sucks actually. Like
Yeah.
I remember going through school, I see what like teachers are what they're having to go through right now and like what kids are doing and what they have to go through, and it's just like I think we're almost at like a breaking point with like public schooling.
Yeah. I have I think the other group of my friends I think are technically public school, but
Hmm.
they're classical charter. And honestly,
Okay.
based on what they're saying about it, I might, if I can have kids, maybe that'll be the route that I go more, is maybe more classical, because there's a lot more emphasis on what you were saying about like just being able to reason in general.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I think like for me, I'm just gonna be like homeschooling if
yeah,
if I can have kids as well. Like I'm just a homeschooling.
if I could trust myself, I'd homeschool. But I don't. I don't think I could. I don't think that I'd be equipped to do it properly, and it's also like the right amount of socialization, I guess.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I'll probably either do classical or Catholic school.
Yeah, I learned because we were talking to our father about this. We used to have a Catholic school in our area, but no one was like enrolling kids into it, so they had to close it down. I think it was like a couple years ago. So we actually
Dang.
don't have any Catholic schools like anywhere close to me.
That's crazy. We got.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's also the area, because it's like if I'm like I'm in like a decently major like metropolitan zone, so that's probably why
right.
we have quite a few of them. Some of them not great, I'm gonna say. Some of them might as well just be secular, and it's like, what's the point?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think our closest is it like an hour and like almost 2 hours away, I
Oof.
think. So
There was a kid in my high school. She was like lived in like a super rural area, so she like
uh-huh.
moved in with like her aunt and uncle to go to school, and then she'd like just go home on the weekends, I think,
Right. Right.
because it was like so long of a drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Plus, her methods are generally poor pedagogy, and haven't been updated since around the Soviet Union. They don't implement spaced repetition, periodization, or any of the other evidenced ways. True, because we're
Yeah.
supposed to do it in more like smaller bits as opposed to just information. Stuff it in there. Get it.
Yeah, we need to like learn a little bit of stuff and then go and run around and then come back
Yeah.
and learn some more stuff because it's like exercise is so important to like how kids like save information in their brain.
Yeah.
And it's just like nowadays it's just like no, you get like a 30-minute like recess and that's it. Now sit inside like a dimly lit classroom with fluorescent light bulbs with a teacher you hate and
Yeah.
look at a computer screen all day.
Yeah, no, I think that the computers are making it hard, because it's like, even when they put like, oh, you can't go to this website, people always find a way, or you can find something else, another substitute that can hold your attention as opposed to what you're supposed to be doing. Yellow spoon. I was not a good high school student, but I went to a school that had a 35 plus student to teacher ratio. Dang. Surprised. I struggled paying attention. Yeah. That was...
That's how my classes were, yeah.
Yeah, mine were... I think generally we had like 24 people. And up to middle school, and then high school, it could be smaller depending on like who was taking the classes. Right.
I think my high school was pretty cramped. I was in one of those gifted programs as a kid. What is that? The GATE program when I was in elementary school. And we had like, I think it was like 10 kids per class. I don't know. It was a weird school, but middle school was just like, middle school and high school was like 30. We were like 28 to like 35 kids per class, and that really sucked.
Ugh. Oh, do you have to be Catholic in order to go to Catholic school, or how does enrollment work? I mean, I think in general, if you're like registered at one of the schools or one of the parishes associated with it, I think there is a discount, or at least but regardless, like my Catholic high school it was also like a college prep school, so there's plenty of kids, honestly, who were not Catholic. Our two main, our valedictorian and the salutatorian were both not Catholic. Which I thought was ironic. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Pathfinder, I did get the sheep all wrangled up and whatnot.
Oh yeah, what was going on with the sheep?
Man, it's been like we're in a drought right now, so like typically this time of year we even during the summer we tend to get a lot of rain, and I think it's like rained twice like within like the last 2 months, which is like really bad.
That's crazy, so, like, that it's been raining here in Texas more.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You guys are stealing all our rain.
Yeah. We took it, it's ours now.
But yeah, no, it's been so dry that the grass hasn't been able to keep up, and the sheep have been getting kind of picky, so they've been like breaking out of the fence, and so I had to build a whole corral, and I have them all corralled up right now, and I'm gonna be putting up some more fence later today. But I did have a woman show up yesterday, sweetest lady. She used to be a vet tech, and she's interested in buying some sheep, so she's probably gonna get some of mine.
Nice.
Some of our lambs. She only wanted 2 girls, but then she saw how cute the rams that we have are, and she wanted to get one of those too, so.
I don't think I've ever actually gotten to like see a sheep like in person, really.
Really?
I have another friend who has sheep, but I haven't been to like their house in so long since like they got sheep, and then my dude's family who's super rural, they just have cattle. They don't have they just have like beef cattle. They don't have sheep.
Right. Yeah, cows are pretty cool. I used to work on a farm with them. This is gonna sound super weird, but they're actually like smarter than sheep are for some reason. Like when I worked on the cow farm, the cows that we had, like they're beef cows. They were kind of jerks, but once you like worked with them for like longer, like once you tired them out a little bit, and you'd like point and yell at them, it's like, go over there, like you're pointing, and they'd follow where you're pointing because they know where you want them to go. They just don't want to do it. And sheep, I've never been able to point somewhere and have a sheep go the right way, so.
But I think my friend's takeaway whenever they got sheep, or whenever like her parents got sheep and she was like helping out with the sheep, she's like, yeah, I think this says a lot about like how that this is the animal that represents like humanity.
Yeah.
And they're really dumb, and they'll like eat to the point that they will kill themselves, and like and
dude, I think about that a lot when I'm working with the sheep.
They're very stupid, and you gotta just make sure that they don't kill themselves. It's like, yeah, this is accurate. This is humanity.
Oh, that's funny.
Speaking of humanity, okay. For this reason, those who control digital platforms and means of communication have a considerable ability to affect the collective imagination and to present a particular vision of reality as desirable. Such power should be constantly guided by the pursuit of truth and respect for human dignity, so that the culture fostered on the internet does not become an instrument of excessive distraction, monetization, or dominance. But rather a setting in which inner freedom and critical thought can mature. Can we save the internet? I've got to... It's like, how much is, like, I feel like we're just trying to mitigate the damage, because I don't know what we can really do to undo the damage that we already have.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's much that we could do for the internet until, like... And maybe if it, like, actually breaks down into smaller, like, intranets instead of just, like,
the
a
lowercase.
large... Yeah, lowercase I internet.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, I don't think, like... It's just not possible to really handle all of it. Like, we don't have, like, the technology to handle, like, bad actors, even now, you know? And when we do have that technology, typically, like, it's either, like, stupid expensive or like inaccessible, you know?
Yeah. Like say what you want about like I guess this is more like an internet security thing, but say what you want about the Kiwi farms, but it being like denied service for like DDoSing protection, I think is wrong.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because it's like
because it's essentially like because it's essentially in a monopoly.
Yeah.
Denying service to people whenever there is essentially a monopoly, I think, is kind of crazy, especially like the scale of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like you take that and it's just like, so you're telling me Kiwi Farms isn't allowed to use Cloudflare or have bank accounts, but Stormfront was able to. Like Cloudflare was perfectly fine with the Nazi propaganda website running and using its software, but Kiwi Farms is too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think in general, I guess this is more like the kind of technocracy thing in general, because like it's so arbitrary and they don't answer to anyone but themselves.
Yeah,
which is part of the big issue. But it's also like, do you want the government to own it either? It's like, no. It's like, what can we do?
Yeah, it's just not really a good solution, it seems like, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, part 10. That's my least favorite part of the Christian documentary. I always skip part 10 every time.
Which era is that? I actually haven't watched the...
Okay, part 10 is the Blue Spike incident where he reveals and then they have him do stuff to his... and shove
right.
And they're yelling at him and it's just awful. And then like and Blue Spike's just surrounded by like all these adults, no one's stepping in.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was even like it was really bad. It was really freaking bad. It's also like was Blue Spike in any way like groomed or anything to be that deranged, I guess?
Yeah. That's a good question, isn't it? Probably. I mean,
yeah.
You know?
But yeah, for that, like, level, I think something was definitely going on. At least if the government owned it, you can have open hearings that go nowhere. But in the technocracy, you just get told to kick sand true. I guess it also depends on which government you're dealing with. Yeah. Because it's also... Because which government should, like, own it, too? Because if it's, like, it's this international thing, then who's gonna own it? The UN? The UN is incompetent. So it's like, what can you do? Because it's, like... Not that, like, regulation is the key to everything. In general, like, regulation doesn't... It's just, like, putting a Band-Aid on an open wound, but...
Right.
of the general like cultural issue, but like how do we address the cultural issue whenever the next generation is going to come in with cocoa melon brains?
I get the impression that like if we're not going to be able to solve this because it's like these companies that are like in power and like the government too to a certain extent are like it almost feels like they're trying to like kind of force people into being like dumber, like all it seems like almost all of the stuff that happens is like no, your children are just going to be dumber if you do what we say, and then they'll be easier to take advantage of like down the road.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't know how much of it is intentional. I'm sure that there's some people who do it intentionally, but I think for some it's just the convenience.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of incidentally makes people dumber.
Yeah. What's that,
Idiocracy or something?
Yeah, what's that? It's called almost like a point that, Kaczynski made in that one essay of his.
Oh,
what is
yeah,
that
yeah.
one called? The neatest trick the system. I can't remember the name of the essay, but he's
Yeah.
talking about the way like the system functions, and it's like doesn't even need to be on purpose or like malicious. It just functions.
Yeah. That's the Unabomber.
The Unabomber.
That's the Unabomber Pathfinder. He's
We're
he's
talking
an
about
intelligent man, but he
and-
was crazy. He's a crazy dude, and was probably like very. I don't know. He was like his IQ was high at least. He was.
Yeah.
Maybe you could argue about other kinds of intelligence, but yeah. But yeah, EU still vehemently against reducing the air conditioning restriction after people getting ill and dying. That's who we want in charge. Yeah, no.
Dude, it's insane to me that more people die in Europe from heat-related deaths than Americans do from gun deaths. Like, that's insane.
Really is. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences. Yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Also, hi, Cats and Ultra.
Hello.
But yeah, the general, like... Also, I guess in general, the kind of inner freedom... I could, like, go on like a whole thing just about freedom in general. Of, like...
Right.
How, like, the world sees freedom versus, like, how the church sees freedom. And...
Right.
More... I definitely agree more with the church one, as opposed to, you should be able to do whatever you want. And it's
right.
like...
I don't think it's good to let people cut off their arms and legs.
Yeah. I don't think we need self-made nuggets.
That's a heck of a way to put that.
Oof. Oh, you went to Katz's Deli? Nice, Katz. Because I was in Houston, which is the homeland of cats. I also saw the Katz's Deli, and it's like, wait, you own a deli, Katz? And it's like spelled the same way. It's with a Z. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. I wanted to go just to like take a picture, because my friend also was like, for going to the wedding, she like made me a crocheted rat. And I was gonna like
cute.
take a picture with the crocheted rat, like by the Katz's menu, but then it's like, but we gotta like drive all the way into town, like on the way back. So it's like, it's not worth it.
Right.
We'll just stop at Sonic. It's fine. If you let people do what they want, it'll spiral into a cycle of always wanting more, destroying yourself further, and feeling less and less satisfied with yourself. Yeah, because you're trying to fill a God-sized hole with stuff that isn't God, and it just doesn't work.
It's like an infinitely sized hole, and
yeah,
the world is finite, you know?
We're just trash now since the owner changed. Ah. But yeah, I sent him, whenever I found it, I sent him a message. It's like, because I also like looked it up, and it was like apparently it's the Jewish deli, and it's like, oh, you're lucky that Cream left, Cats. I haven't checked on him in a while. I wonder if he's done anything crazy.
I don't know. I haven't looked at him either, so.
Yeah.
I think he did unblock me. I'm pretty sure, but
did he block you?
Oh yeah.
Huh, he didn't block me for some reason.
Yeah.
Despite coming after me, he did not block me. And despite me saying stuff, he did not block me, which is very strange. Yeah, he unblocked you for 2, and he liked a tweet of his, yeah. I don't know. It's been 15 years, so it's just what I've heard some people complain about Slotsky's, though, so probably a bit overblown. I only ever had pizzas at Slotsky's, and it wasn't very good. But it had nostalgia, because we'd go there because of the location. Slotsky's is like a sandwich place. And, like, I don't know where it exists outside of Boston. I don't know how far the chain goes. I've seen it in a few other places, but very few.
Right. I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah. It's also just fun to say. Slotskis.
Slotskis?
Schlotskis. Yeah, it's sour though, yeah. I mean, the political speak is part of the crazy things that I'm saying. That's right. Because some of Cream's takes. A lot of Cream's takes. There's like, every once in a while, it's like, yeah, and then it's like, oh gosh, I'm agreeing with Creamsicle. Especially like afterwards, it's more like, okay, I can see like some things before, and then it's like, okay. Now anytime that it's like, oh gosh, he's saying something sensible. You know? It's a mess. And we're going back on tangent overload because I was deprived of tangents for 2 weeks, so I gotta indulge.
All right, toward an ecology of communication. Our first task is neither to demonize nor idolize technological tools, but to utilize them on the basis of a fundamental principle, namely that truth is a common good and not the property of those with power or influence. We must therefore promote an ecology of communication. On the level of public policy, this entails establishing norms so that the decision-making behind content selection and its development becomes more transparent and protects personal data. Regarding social and cultural aspects, this requires a strengthening of intermediary organizations, serious journalism, and forums for debate where reasoned argumentation and verification carry greater weight than immediate reaction. For families and schools, there is a growing need for new educational awareness and for formation concerning the proper and critical use of digital tools, AI, and online commercial and financial platforms. In universities, the principal challenge lies in the integration of knowledge, cultivating both the capacity to connect and synthesize knowledge in order to grasp complexity and the skills necessary to verify facts.
I guess in general, one of the one who teaches classical education wants to go into eventually being a professor and stuff, but he wants to do it more like a traditional university, where it's actually based on reasoning and arguments as opposed to, here's thing.
Right.
Say thing.
Right essay about thing.
Yeah. And it's like even a right essay about thing, it's like if you're doing like the reasoned arguments kind of stuff, it's more like you already been taught like how to, I don't know, like the guidelines for a reason. Like I don't want to say like how to like you've been taught how to reason necessarily, because it's not like telling you exactly what to think or anything. It's more like the general processes of how to think things through, I guess.
Right.
Wait. Oh. I saw to catch and I immediately thought of To Catch a Predator. No, it's just a restaurant. Okay. They've centralized the displaced people services and done the exact opposite of California. Actually, pretty wise, which is shocking coming from Houstonians.
What is a displaced people service? What does that mean?
Homeless.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's homeless.
I see.
Because I think isn't like California the ones who like pay the most for it and still like not actually solving homelessness? issues?
Yeah, no, it was when I used to live in California, it was they do like millions, like billions of dollars into quote unquote like homeless services,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just for them like to funnel like launder and funnel money into like their pet projects. Like they didn't help anyone. They're like you couldn't get like medical services for like homeless people for like rehab and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the homeless people that could get into rehab, you'd be like, I think like the average cost of like like sending a homeless person through rehab was like almost $1 million like per person.
Dang.
Which is insane.
Yeah,
like,
no, that doesn't sound right, but
yeah.
oof. Okay, homeless, but not just homeless, but people about to be homeless. Okay, people about to age out of foster care. It's more than just people sleeping on a bench. Okay.
I see.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think I don't even know what city it was. It got like recommended by like YouTube stuff. It's like general. There was like a local news station that was just doing like an audit of like what their homeless services, and it's like they spent this much and it's like made things worse in this way, and it's like yep. But yeah, I think going on another tangent. I think one of the things about the homeless thing in general, it tends to be more like the key thing is like building community, and then it's also
right.
it's also like working with them, because it feels like to some degree it might just be maybe I haven't interacted with California's homeless services enough, but it seems more like it's also like dehumanizing too. It's like trying to like feed the human cattle versus like trying to get them back up on their feet as like a human being kind of thing.
Right.
And
right.
and that's part of why I feel like the smaller like community based things tend to work better. Like we've got one in Austin called Community First, and I think it works pretty well from everything that I've heard.
Yeah, I think like the hardest part is I've seen this like maybe not firsthand, but I've been pretty close to it. Is like sometimes like a lot of what I saw was like homeless people, especially like people that are like have been homeless for like a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Typically it stems from them like not, at least from what I've seen, not wanting to like be within communities and not wanting to like reintegrate into like a quote unquote like normal like social structure. Yeah. And I think like part of the reason why community outreach like systems like you were talking about work so well is because it helps convince those people that there is actually like something good here.
Yeah.
And like it is actually like good for you and pleasant to be around other people that care about you and like will help pick you up when you're not doing so good, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've met a couple of people that were homeless, and it's like you talk to them and it's just like, what do you mean you don't want to like not be homeless? Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Which is like really sad.
To some degree it's like you just think of like the hippies as like I just want to be free, but in general I feel like those kind of people tend to be that way for a reason, and it's generally tragic.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, California is missing over 300 sorry, no, I'll be more generous here. 30 billion in funding to help the homeless. They're missing that much. 30 billion. Wow.
Yep, just gone.
That's less than the high-speed train lost. Oh, that's great. Boy. Oof. Christian communities, too, are called to commit themselves to transparency and communication and to the honest pursuit of facts. Sadly, this has not always been the case. We have witnessed with shame the emergence of painful truths concerning even members of the church and ecclesial realities. In particular, some journalists, driven by a passion for truth, have played a crucial role in bringing injustices and abuses to light. To them, I wish to repeat the words that Pope Francis used in speaking to journalists. I also thank you for what you tell us about what goes wrong in the church, for helping us not to sweep it under the carpet, for the voice you have given to the victims of abuse. Yet vigilance and transparency remain first and foremost a grave responsibility for the church herself. And we must not wait for others to compel us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
Interesting. He's talking about the, like, I assume that he's directly referencing the sex scandal.
Yeah, no,
within
definitely.
the church.
Definitely. Yeah, tell Celestium that. Yeah, about the being also committing yourselves to transparency and communication.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never got contacted. Yeah. It's like, I don't. Can you not, like, check? I don't know. Like, I'm sure that you've talked to plenty of people, but it's like, and you just forgot, but can you not double check when you're gonna make a claim?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, like the whole thing, she was like, no, I've been vindicated, you know? And it's just like, vindicated of what? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I really don't know. The Rat Pack is ironically an amazing example of such a community. We're a-holes at times, but we'll always be real honest and help our own way, and anytime we can, yeah, try to. And I will say,
try is the big word there, yeah.
Yeah, emphasis on try. But I do appreciate. I have at least one friend who will like call me out, whatever. It's like, I think that you're probably like doing too much of this, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna try to adjust. Please keep me accountable, because honestly, sometimes that's more helpful than just being like, you're okay, keep going.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes it's better to be told that you're not doing your best so that you can adjust before, like, you get even more set in it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to work on my being more wholesome and not participating in the too dark of jokes.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's so hard. Been on the internet too long. I've seen too many things.
An educational alliance for the digital age. In an era when truth is often distorted in order to serve particular interests and communication strategies, the field of education assumes decisive importance. Yet rapid technological transformations reveal just how unprepared we are on the educational level. The pervasiveness of digital media fosters a culture of immediacy and hyperstimulation, which gives rise to fatigue, boredom, and apathy concerning the effort required for seeking truth.
That's true too, actually. Because it's like, if it takes longer than a Google search, it's like, Yeah,
the apathy is, like, the most, like, apparent one that I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's, like, the most frustrating, because, like, you can, like, talk to someone about something, and they're like, oh, yeah, I guess it's this thing, I don't know. And then you'll, like, give them, like, direct evidence of something, like, that goes against their point, and they're like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah, though, I'm trying to remember... Trying to remember who it was. It was like one of the people in the Celestium thing. It's like, oh, do you hold like unsubscribed podcasts to the same standard that you do to? I see that you follow them. Do you hold them to the same standard that you do like Celestium and them? It's like, yeah, I'm disappointed that they had Tectone on. Here's evidence that that I was disappointed. And then they're like, well, that just shows that you're toxic. It's like, what? I'm consistent.
What?
I was just showing.
Not being hypocritical is being toxic?
Yeah, it was very strange, and it's like, okay.
Jeez.
I feel like, at least with some people, like, I've had some people have some crazy takes, but then there was one person, where, again, going back to my friend that I saw, who just got married, one of her students is like one of those like black people can't be racist people.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
And they had a conversation about it, because at one point the kid was like, okay, black people can't be racist because they're not like a majority, or other races can be prejudiced, but they can't be racist. Only white people can be racist because they're a majority. And then like,
Sure.
and then my friend's like, well, if it's like black people are a majority in that world, can they be racist? And then the kid's like, yes. And it's like, okay, at least you're consistent. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
Being consistently toxic is still consistent, yeah. But it's like, at least I can see where you're going. I understand your framework. You're not just trying to be a jerk, you know?
Right.
I think Celestium saying she felt vindicated was because she saw how he talked about the people she associates with for a while, but that little leak, as it were, cemented to her that maybe her thoughts on us weren't as crack brand as she thought, in her mind at least. But what were her thoughts on us? Like, why did she have thoughts on us? Just because it's like, oh, you should probably not go after a group that's significantly smaller and that already corrected their mistake.
Yeah, like, I don't... Like, I'm sorry, but, like, the whole thing with, like, Seraphim and whatnot, like, Celestine was completely out of line with that whole thing.
Yeah.
And, like, Seraphim tried contacting... I don't know why she blocked me before I could reply, but...
Yeah.
Like, we're literally trying to do the thing of, like, handle it privately, and I apologized to her. And then Celestium, like, started talking about it for some reason. Never contacted me, by the way. Like... All of her talk of, like, handling stuff privately, Celestium never once has tried to reach out to me. Ever.
I've never really seen it. I feel like anytime that she's, like, runs into someone she doesn't like, will do it publicly, unless if it's someone who could potentially be an asset in the future.
Yeah.
Because I think that's why, like, she didn't go after Squixie as hard, is because, like, oh, Squixie has more of an audience.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason. Because I don't know why else, because Squixie's also, like, can be a little toxic, especially with, like, the nominational stuff, because she like, hates... is not very nice to Catholics, and Eastern Orthodox have incredibly similar views. So,
right.
It's not that... It's not about that, you know?
Yeah.
It's also, I just, like, question Celestium's critical thinking skills in general, where she's like, and Pathfinder's out to get me, and it's like, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Of all of us in that server, Pathfinder's out to get you.
Why are you bringing up his name out of everybody?
Yeah.
It's like, it made no sense, and if you actually read the screenshots, most of the ones that he's in is him, like, trying to... be like, but what about maybe they just don't know, or like trying to be like give them the benefit of the doubt and be like the little angel on the shoulder being like, you know, it was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. But yeah. I'm not one of those people. I, in fact, can be racist and prejudiced. Every time I call for a clear out when a white guy guards me in basketball, it's completely racist. But, yeah, don't mentions Asians are not racist. Their entire cultures are built around, and they will tell you as much. Yeah, no. Again, Japan's like a prime example of like, especially like racism towards other Asians.
Yeah.
If they own a business, they're not allowed to keep their last name. If they're like, if it's not a Japanese last name.
What?
Yeah, no. It was like a really big guy. I'm trying to remember. It was like one of the big ones. I don't know if it was Samsung. It was one of the really big ones. Was owned by a Korean man who moved back to Japan, and he had to fight to keep his last name.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just like from like social pressure, or is it like an actual like law thing?
I think that there is like certain restrictions if you're not like true, quote unquote, like truly Japanese. Like I think you need to show like so much blood heritage on some things.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like I get other countries not liking Japan considering war crimes and all that, but and not really paying for it, but I don't know.
I mean, most countries don't pay for it, right? I
True.
mean, Canada didn't.
True. It's really only Germany.
Yeah, only Germany, really.
Because it's like the freaking... We gotta show an example. And then it's like, and then
Yeah.
we'll stop it next time. And then it's like, what about Hungary? Look at what they're doing to their people. No, we're not doing... Okay, they're not an immediate threat to us. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, I get it. Because it's like, it's expensive to be American world police, so...
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry for another tangent. How long is this one? Let's see how many hours we're gonna be here for. We're gonna be here for a lot of hours.
Oh, jeez.
We might have to, like, do this one in parts.
Yeah, we might have to. We'll see. Maybe we just, like, blaze through it.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
And I think it's more fun when we don't, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll just keep in mind which, like, one of these subheadings we stop at.
Yeah, I have, I can write it down. I
Yeah.
got some paper at my desk.
But yeah, we should at least get to schools. Okay, okay, it's gonna be... Okay, we were talking about apathy. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
it's mine then. But actually, this is... I did have another thing, actually. It might be connected to this paragraph, but before I forget it.
Mm-hmm.
When did, like, the decline of education really start happening? Because I think I assume it was in effect before even we got technology, and the technology just made it worse.
I think that I think like the style of education that we've had for quite a while has always been really bad.
Yeah.
But I think in particular that it got noticeably worse after the sexual revolution. Because I think the splitting up of families is like I think like families being able to educate their children on top of public education was kind of acting as like a bulwark against just how bad public education is, and it's considerably, like, noticeably gotten way worse since like the 70s, like at least in my observations, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, if it's like also the parents also wrestling with like dependence on technology and stuff like that, then it's not like we won't really be able to provide the best example. Like, I keep saying whenever, if I hopefully have kids, either biological or adopted, I'd want to try to adopt at least one. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
But, it's like, okay, until they're at least till 2, just like try not to do any screens. But it's gonna be hard for me too. It's like we're gonna be in the other room, and it's just like I gotta take my YouTube break. It's like crack.
I've thought a lot about this, because it's like, if I am able to have kids, like, I gotta be honest, I don't think I'd be able to use like computers at all. Like, I wouldn't want them, like, obviously I want to be able to teach them how to like program and like to be able to deal with technology.
Yeah.
Because if you just like keep them away from it, like, then they don't know what to do at all.
True.
But like, I don't think I'm gonna have like my kids on like screens until they're like, I don't know, at least like 10 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, because it messes with their brain so much. Like screen time like is directly correlated with like messing with like the gray matter in their brain, like during development. And I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, no, like, definitely want to like keep them away from smartphones until like like maybe high school you can get it. But before, until then, they'll probably just get dumb phones. Yeah,
like flip phones and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, being able to call and text is really important.
Yeah, it's if we do try to get them to be more active than me and my dude are. It's like, go, exercise, breathe air, don't need a vitamin D, like supplement thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, alone screen time, especially communal screen time, has a lot more good things. Honestly, maybe the video games will be allowed to play is like, it is Lego night. We are playing, we are playing the original Saga.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. It's like it's puzzle solving. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess like video games would be fine. Like, yeah, video games. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being weird about it, but I think like like especially on video games and whatnot, like it would be just like on like analog devices, like CRTs and whatnot. Like none of this newfangled like digital like LCD stuff.
Watch it give like everyone's gonna get eye cancer. Like 50.
I don't know, maybe.
50, I mean, it's the general thing. It's like, oh, this is great, and then it's like 50 years later. Oh no.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably gonna be a few of those things with technology. That's because it's already like kind of happening, I guess. Those side effects.
What's this whole thing with like there's like multiple studies on like blue light, especially like affecting like how we process like information, and like you have to start wondering about like why are all of our light bulbs are like LEDs now that like are always blue light, but you can't tell, so like it messes with our brain even more. And
you know what that reminds me of? Did you ever see Codename Kids Next Door?
Oh yeah, I love that cartoon.
Did you see the episode where they go over like the history of kidkind or whatever?
I think so.
It's number one is like giving a presentation, and it's like, oh yeah, kids created like adults and things like in like a lab or something, and it's like this kind of stuff. But at the end of his rant, he's talking about like the fluorescent light bulbs are making us dumb and putting it's like all these different they're like brainwashing us, and then like all this like stuff. And and then like
I do remember that.
And then it's like, oh, you're crazy. Then like the teacher at the end is like, they know.
They know.
It was so freaking funny.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I like that cartoon a lot because it got unnecessarily gross in some episodes, and I would not watch those episodes.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't watch it until like years after it was out because I watched it on Boomerang. It's like, because I was a Disney kid. I watched like the stupid Disney sitcoms, but I like hated them. I would hate watch them repeatedly and like yell at them. So, like, I think it was partially to like let out my school aggression. It's like
right. It sounds like you've been good at reactionary content for a while.
Yeah, no, I had like. I do think that I have something. I think I have something. Dog with a Blog was awful. Dog with a Blog was one of the worst ones. What are you talking about, Pathfinder? But whenever like they announced, like to give you an example of like maybe I would have been good at reactions, but in like a Sammy Classic Sonic fan way. Whenever I saw Equestria Girls, I was rolling on the floor in times of like, what are they doing? Like I was flipped the frick out, and then I ended up liking it. At least I liked the second one and the third one. Used to write kids names See, what? No, I can't read. KND fanfiction, because I would rent the DVDs from Blockbuster repeatedly. Nice. Did you see? I was so mad. They did a teaser for like Galactic Kids Next Door because they like had the plot and everything, and and then it just wouldn't it. Sorry, it's not happening. Wouldn't it be cool though? And it's like, I guess we need funding or something, but at least like put up a GoFundMe or something. Or I want to see it. I believe it would be good because things were set up, and where it was clear that they could have more going in the series with how they ended it.
Right, yeah.
But nowadays it seems like a lot of cartoons is for adult children anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think that's partially because of the technology too?
I don't know. It's I think that like in general our culture is kind of like pushed like this kind of thing of like infantilizing like adults, and like because it's like you have to look at like all of the adults like that are into like Bluey and whatnot, and it's like, why? Like, what? It's a children's cartoon.
Like, it's one thing if you're watching it with your kid and there's like nice memories kind of thing, I guess.
Right? Yeah. But then like you have like there's so many adults that don't even have kids and they watch the show, and it's just like something's going on there, and it might be involved. Like technology probably has something to do with it. Like I don't know. There's some there's something weird going on with it.
It was.
And it's just...
I don't know. Part of it, I think, is. I think it might have been like an overreaction to yuppie culture, maybe. At least this is from my analysis, my cursory analysis of like 90s, early 2000s movies. Dad needs to learn a lesson that he's working too much and he needs to find his inner child and hang out with his kid.
Right.
And it's maybe they just kind of forgot the with your kid part.
Right. Yeah.
Or it's like you're too serious and not like you need to have more fun kind of thing. But I think it's also there's like this thing. Like if you watch like the Pixar shorts and things, there was one Pixar short where me and my dude was like, wow, that was way more like thought out than I thought that they normally do. Where it was like it was a thing of it's like the brain, there's like a brain and a heart and there's like a cord. And like the brain is in charge and generally he'll just think that like everything's gonna kill like his dude that he's like piloting. And then eventually and he's just like at a work job where everyone looks like him and they're just typing away. It's like, oh, this is gonna be one of like those anti-corporate work. You have be an artist, like where they show their biases. But then it gets more intelligent than that, at least, where it's like, yeah, no, he can just do fun things like on his break, and then he comes with joy back into the work, into the workplace, and he's fine. Right. And he like meets a girl. He like meets a girl and like has kids, and he's just happier at work because he like has other things to think about other than work. And it's I know. It's a much more nuanced. It's a much more nuanced thing other than corporate bad, work bad, and it's like be an artist. And it's like, okay, I get, that's how you probably feel, Pixar artist, but But I think that it was much more nuanced, and I appreciated that because I was used to like so many of their shorts being like not that. Head and Heart Pixar short maybe.
I think that was the one that was on, what was it, Princess and the Frog, maybe?
It's this guy. Yeah, it might be. He's like a little box guy. Is it Inner Workings?
Inner Workings.
Yeah, it's Inner Workings.
Yeah.
This was like a much more intelligent way of going over it. Also, I think people talk about the chick because she's kind of thick. Or whatever. So he just looks like Carl. He's tall Carl.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's also the short Pearl, huh? Wait, is that just the bird one? I'm talking about like in general, like they're short. What? Pixar short? Oh, that one. Yeah, no, I think this was one of the bad ones. Yeah, this one was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Okay, this one was like, this was a toxic masculinity cartoon. This one sucked. We hated this one. It's like it's a chick.
It's the ball of yarn is so quirky, guys.
Yeah, no, it's like a chick going into the like the workplace, and it's like, oh, she's doing like chick things or whatever, and like no one's taking her seriously. So then she like puts on like a business suit thing and like acts like a man, and then, but then she's like sad because I think she's like mean to another one who's like her, and then she's like, no, I'm gonna break the cycle, and then it's like, ugh.
I was gonna try it.
Where's the first one to swear, huh? But yeah, I don't really recommend Pearl. It was interesting. But don't recommend it. I think that yeah, that was just my general thing of like I guess the adult infantilization thing. I think that's also part of why Disney adults are like so attached to Disney, because a lot of the time it does have that messaging, I guess, of like inner child, go do it.
Yeah, you don't need to grow up. You don't need to be responsible. Just keep on consuming. And I think that's like kind of why they do it, because it's like children are really good consumers, right? They're really, really susceptible to that kind of like propaganda. But they don't have any money, and it's really hard to convince their parents to buy stuff. So if you can like make adults who have jobs be moms to like buying stuff, then that's like your cream of the crop like consumer, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, no, they do make good stories too, Pathfinder. It's just more, I don't know, there's a strong theming, especially like at the parks themselves, I think, about like inner child kind of stuff. And then it's like wrapped in so much nostalgia and trying to like, get back to that. I say as someone who still goes to the parks every once in a while, because my parents will do like the Goofy challenge. Actually, I forget what challenge they're on now, because it's like they keep on upping the challenge because they realize they can sell more races. Because the way it started is you do like a half marathon and a marathon. Like you do a half marathon one day and then you do a marathon the other day, like running around Disney World. Right. And then there'll be like characters meeting you on the route and stuff.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Like that's like my dad's slowest marathon, because he'll just like find random stuff to like take pictures of and random stuff, and they'll have like really rare characters that you never like really see and things like that.
Right.
But it makes a lot of money, and there's a wait list, and then they added on, oh, let's add a 10K before it. Let's add a 5K. So I think they just added more and more races so that they could get more and more money.
Yeah.
You get a cool medal.
I mean, if there's a wait list too, it probably helps like more people be able to do it, I guess. But
yeah. It might also just be like get more money from the people doing it, kind of thing. Because I think it's partially just blocked based on capacity.
Right.
I have not read through all of The Little Prince. I just remember that he kind of kills himself, and it's French. That's probably why he oof. I haven't talked about it. Now that I think about it, I haven't talked about like my nemesis, the French frat chick, in a while. More race links also helps, because not everyone can prepare for a full or half marathon. True, yeah. But Disney just wants more money. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that rant into like why we're like stuck in this, because I don't know. I'm a big adult child, so I need to like analyze myself and see why I'm like that.
To answer your question, I think it's like kind of twofold. I think the first like big hit to like education was like the sexual revolution, because like parents couldn't like pick up the slack. And then I think the next big hit that we're starting to see the repercussions of is like the early, or maybe like mid 2000s, I'd say, when like smartphones started becoming a thing, and like people started getting like personal devices at home instead of like having like a single family computer.
Yeah.
It's changed like the internet from being like a thing that you do to a place that you go to, you know?
True. Like, I remember when I was little, I mainly just used the computer because, do you remember games that came on discs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd play, like, Reading Rabbit and Sesame Street and I Spy.
Yeah.
On the family computer.
I Spy was my favorite.
I Spy scared me because there was, one time Wendy's was really cool and they gave out, like, I Spy, like, like CD things for like the computer thing, and I think I got like I Spy like Spooky Mansion or something.
Yeah,
and one of them,
Mansion one.
one of them, like, I think if you leave and like come back, it's like it'll like say beware or something that didn't say before, and it's like
yeah,
like 7-year-old me is like, oh my gosh, it's gonna get me. Like the little plastic skeleton sitting on the chair is gonna get me.
It's kind of spooky.
It has an aura. Honestly, I need to get Youper on that. It's like, Youper, find me. It's I Spy Spooky Mansion. I want to play I Spy Spooky Mansion.
I bet you they're archived on the Wayback or the archive.org
there's gotta
website.
Be
I bet
something
you they're there.
like that.
No, I think at this point they're considered abandonware. So like, I think you can just like without having to worry about copyright or whatever.
Okay, I gotta message Youper right now. Can you find me the game? Can you find me the game I Spy Spooky Mansion? I should do that for Halloween. Is the version that's browser-based? Oh, okay, I should just do that then, maybe. I'll have to see if it's the same one. Because it's like, there's like the music, the whole vibes. The freaking vibes.
It was good. I think the only games I really played, so there was like, what games did I play as a kid? I think it was just, I played a lot of Sonic and Knuckles, Neopets, and Kid Pix on like the Mac. Like Kid Pix was like my favorite like game. That and was that Crayola game for Windows 95? That was also my favorite. Those were really good.
I'm trying to remember what else I played. Like browser-based wise, I think I played a little bit on the Disney website just because it had Lilo and Stitch stuff.
Oh,
so
right,
I'd like do the make your own like Lilo and Stitch like experiment.
Right.
Like I did that.
Dude, I remember that one. Yeah, it was like a Flash game, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then there was also like a chasing one where then you like catch the cousin at the end of it kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was like a sandwich stacking one with like 67.
I played a lot more of those than I initially remembered.
Yeah. It was he got a name. He eventually got a name. It's Ruben.
Oh yeah, because it's the sandwich that he eats all the time or something.
Yeah, it's from Leroy and Stitch. But Leroy and Stitch came out so much later after like the show was over. So it's like it's like I watched it because I like love that show, but it's like I don't know. I don't know who else like other than who's like the target audience was because there's such a gap.
Right.
Other than I guess like the grown-up kids. Well, I guess teenage kids at that point if they were like younger, but
right.
Because I think it was technically part of the Disney Junior block. Maybe. Before it was Disney Junior, it was called something else.
I think so. I didn't watch a whole lot of that show because at the time we didn't have cable, but I would go over to my grandma's house to be babysat, and she had cable, so sometimes I'd be able to watch it.
Yeah. I just like the designs a lot. I like...
Yeah.
I think Stitch was my least favorite. Just like all the other ones. They were cute. The more that I look back, the more that I see, like, there was a lot of me liking, like, lab rat characters.
Right.
For a while. Maybe my, like, soul knew that I was made in a test tube. And it's just like, I connect with this. I think it was also just because they're awkward, and it's like, I'm awkward too.
Right.
Now I just kind of want to talk about nostalgic games and stuff. Okay, let's finish this paragraph. Or let's finish like this like subheading. And then maybe we'll go on about like general stuff. And then maybe we can play I Spy together or something. Okay, education by contrast is a long journey requiring patience and therefore needs time for development and for engagement with reality beyond appearances. This is a fundamental issue because every technology shapes those who use it. Educating people about the use of AI, then, involves teaching them to decide when and for what purpose it ought not to be used. The speed and ease with which answers or summaries can be obtained risk extinguishing the desire to ask questions, which is a process that bears fruit only over time. As Plato wrote, the deepest and most important things are learned only after much time and effort, by engaging in discussion with others, striking upon ideas and experiences together like flint, until the spark of understanding is kindled within us. We must learn then how to exercise restraint in the use of AI and to protect our young people from the promise of the perfect machine, from the subtle temptation which renders human thought seemingly superfluous. I know how to pronounce the word, but my mouth won't do it. Superfluous. Yes, you said it correctly. Precisely when it is most needed. Sometimes my mouth just can't do certain words. But yeah. But yeah. I think... Was this also... I think... From my... again, not really when I was experiencing it, because I was kind of like... By the time that I was like... Would be in that conversation, I was already... It had already like shifted. But I know that people were like, oh, the just Google it kind of like also, to some degree, lowered the curiosity and things like that. And like the effort to go and find things. Which is nice to have like, information at your fingertips, but it's also...
Yeah, because it like kind of cuts off like one of the biggest things we have as like human beings is like the way we learn is from other humans.
Yeah.
Like, it's easiest for us to learn from someone else who's already like explored it and like investigated it.
Yeah.
So it's like when you say, well, just Google it, it's just like, okay, yeah, but that's not actually helpful.
Yeah.
I can Google it and find a different thing than you think, like just wildly different than what you think you're saying, you know?
Yeah. But honestly, one of the big things I think in doing like my Lolicon research stuff and like the general kind of the whole all-encompassing like looking into Japan, all these kind of things, it's like somewhat got me that like actually it's gonna sound bad, it made me think more. right
because
it's like it's more directly, well, not as direct, it's like through books as opposed to just like, ooh, fun educational video, and then you forget it like 5 minutes later.
Right, yeah.
Or it's like you might remember some things, but it's like to some degree it's just like added to like the slop heap in your brain of like, I think I remember hearing something about that.
Right, yeah, I think like video content is like just kind of like bad when it comes to like retaining information, like because it's just like you said, it just kind of like gets piled onto this heap of like, well, I think I remember something like that, and who said that, and well, did they say it like this or like that? And, you know, like, as opposed to, like, when you're actually, like, reading it out, it's like so much different for some reason.
The loss of intellectual curiosity is something that seems to be dying? Or intellectual curiosity is something that seems to be dying? Or are you saying hopefully, like, in a hopeful sense that the loss of intellectual curiosity is dying? Because I'm assuming it's the pessimistic sense. Maybe that's just me. But yeah. Oh, it's Foodie played Fusion Fall, the Cartoon Network MMORPG. From
I never
when
played
it
that
opened
one.
Until it closed like 5 years later, huh? Okay, you think it is dying and it's not good. Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Right.
Which I think again is also partially, I think part of it's also like the echo chamber stuff. So once you fall into your, I think it's like, it seems like you go through and then you just figure out which pipeline do you want to go through, kind of.
Right, yeah.
And then you just decide how like deep down that pipeline you go, I guess. Because I think regardless, like, you could say it's good or bad. Like, I think that there's good content in it, but I definitely did go through like the SJW, like the anti-SJW stuff. And that's how I got into like a lot of the people that I watched.
Right.
was like that kind of grouping, and it's just like, oh, this person says the right thing, I will continue listening to him. And then occasionally, and not really like questioning as much until I got older. And I think that's another thing also, because if you get like access to it when you're younger, because I was like in middle school or whatever, whenever that happened, it wasn't until later when it's more like, wait a minute, this guy's not as smart as that other guy.
Right.
Even though he's trying to say something similar, I don't think he's making a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. I had I guess I didn't really have something like that happen to me, or at least I don't think so. But like, I don't know, I was in that like kind of weird period where like, you know, I used like back in the day, you know, I used Tumblr a lot, right? Unfortunately. And I think and I think like back then I definitely would have like called myself a progressive or like a liberal. Like I was I was kind of obnoxious, I'm gonna be honest, right? But then like the weirdest thing is like even though like I was in that kind of echo chamber, I still like, it was really weird. Like Gamergate happened. I'm sorry, I'm bringing up Gamergate, but
it refuses to die. How many? Is it 15 years now? Like how many years?
It's been 12.
Okay, 12 years.
13, yeah. But like Gamergate happened, and like I remember being on Tumblr and like seeing people talk about Gamergate, and I'm just like remember thinking, it's like, what are you guys talking about? No, like, no, this isn't good. What? Like, what are you talking about? And then that happened. I'm just like, and I'm sitting there like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't as into it as I thought I was originally, but
I mean, it's also maybe to some degree reading might, because as opposed to just like, it's more like I'd finish a video, just go to the next video kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, there's definitely some people where it's like, Did you ever know bullshit?
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, I used to watch him a lot, and I remember... and then he started, like, getting all weird about the Gamergate stuff, and I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what are you doing, my dude?
Like, I used to watch No Bullshit for a little bit, it's like... And then it took a little bit, it's like, this guy's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Oh, who was that other guy? TLDR or Teal Deer or whatever? Like,
I never watched Teal Deer. I heard Medicare make fun of Teal Deer, but I never watched Teal Deer myself.
He was another one of those types.
I think Teal Deer was like involved in like the Kraut thing or whatever.
Yeah,
it was like a civil war, like an anti-SJW civil war between like the more progressive ones and like the alt-right ones or something.
Yeah, no, it kind of just like imploded because it was all like internet blood sports stuff, but like they were trying to not. They're like trying. Some of them were trying to pretend they weren't doing internet blood sports and it was still about video games, but then it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, now I have I can now check the door because I finally installed the app. Wait, where's my app? Where'd it go? Please tell me it didn't log me out. I might not be able to log back in. Is it this one? No! I don't know how to log in. It's fine. I'll figure it out later. I used to fall asleep to internet blood sport. In like college, I just have like Medicare yelling at like a furry as like one of my go to sleep videos. And part of me was like, oh, it's too quiet. It's like, not that my parents like fought a lot, but it's like, huh. It felt like almost cozy. Which might not be the best, but but it was like a hug.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of weird, I guess. Like when all that stuff was going on, because I remember really liking Medicare, but then like remember also getting like super upset when like PewDiePie said the word on the bridge and like arguing with my boyfriend, my fiance, but he was my boyfriend at the time.
So you
like,
guys have been together for a while.
Oh yeah, like more than like 10 years at this point. But I don't know. I think I was just like confused politically. You know, like there's just like some like my worldviews weren't really like congruent with each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then like it wasn't like terrible, I guess, but like
I mean, to some degree, like having. I mean, those like the what you're consuming and what you also made you mad. I guess we're pretty like existing together is like kind of strange that they like be like I don't like this but I do like this kind of thing. But in general, I guess having like not like fitting neatly into like the archetype, I guess. Like
right.
I'm becoming slightly more of a cringe feminist who thinks that women should vote and things. Not that I ever thought that they shouldn't, but but I'm more willing to be like, that's stupid. Whenever I just still don't know why that's like. I still think that's really funny that Maria Grace's thing did. Were you there when we went over that? I did finally get her. I got her to respond to a few things, but then she wouldn't respond after a while. But it's like, why do you keep saying that women shouldn't vote? And she's like, well, it's funny, and I kind of think it's true. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bad joke. You actually believe it? It's one thing if you don't want to be in like a democracy, I guess. But it's another thing if it's like women specifically shouldn't vote.
Right.
Whenever it's like, if they're not in a family unit yet, then what do you want? And then, like, a lot of the times the women do support, like, the political position that you want, so I don't...
Right.
I don't know.
I'm kind of mixed on it, because it's like on one hand, like, I like being able to vote, but then, like, on the other hand, like... I don't know. I don't think you'd agree with what I think about it, but
yeah, probably not.
But that's okay.
Yeah, no. So the general values is how you, and then we just disagree on like how to execute the values, I guess, in real life.
Right? Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, I don't think there's a really good sound way to actually execute that. So it's like, it's kind of moot, you know?
Yeah, because it's the... I don't know. A lot of I guess it's more because I've seen, like, abuses whenever there are, like, actual patriarchal societies. Like, that.
Right.
Like, actually, like, dangerously patriarchal to the point where, like, ideally in a patriarchal society, they would use that power to take care of, like, everyone, including women. But it's more, you're relying on people to do that, who are fallen. In a fallen world. And sometimes you need them to be able to execute some political ability to kind of fight back on certain things.
Yeah.
Now, some of the things that they choose to use it for are evil and retarded, but...
Yeah. I mean, like, a good example of that would be, like, like, some Muslim countries are, like, hyper-patriarchal. Yeah. And it's, like, those are really bad, too, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, like, that's not good.
Yeah, no.
But like, then, I think, like, also, it's, like, abortion is a thing that we have to deal with. It's just, like...
Yeah.
You know, I know that it helps men, too, but it's, like...
Yeah, no, I don't know. There are matriarchal societies in Africa that are very bad, just saying. Yeah, no, I believe any that, like, put, like, too much emphasis.
Yeah, it's disordered, you know?
Yeah. It's the general disorder kind of thing whenever the two genders are supposed to live together in harmony.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
And then the gender politics attacked, and then it's like...
Yeah. And then the SJW Nation attacked.
Yeah. And then the chuds are getting too much too, so it's like there's nothing.
Yeah. It's all messed up.
Everyone sucks. I feel like in general though, it's like anytime when you like rely too much on like a utilitarianism, like we're gonna fix humanity with this thing.
Like super in like super broad strokes too, because it's like you're gonna mess up, like something.
Yeah, I think the utilitarianism is part of the reason why Catholics aren't supposed to be Freemasons.
Hmm.
It was
Well,
really
like. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you continue.
Well, about like the Freemason stuff. I mean, it's I guess it's that, but then also just like, I mean, aren't like Freemasons like directly opposed to Catholicism and like want to like destroy it, or am I like
they now dislike them because like the Catholics were like, why are you doing weird rituals and stuff by yourselves? That's freaking weird. and then they're like, the Catholics are after, so it's like that kind of thing. And then it's also like, well, it looks like you're looking for truth like outside of like God and outside the church.
Right.
So I don't think that you guys should be there. That it's like you're saying that we're evil kind of thing. So I don't know. There was fights, and then there was one guy who's like, who pretended to be Catholic and then like pretended to go undercover, and he was like kind of trolling both of them.
Right.
There was a lot, but I recommend. There's this video from the Lore Lodge on Freemasons, and it is one of the funniest. It is one of the funniest things that I have seen. I generally like his stuff, but
I didn't know he did one on Freemasons.
The Freemason one is trash because he's super biased. He's a Freemason.
Oh, is he?
He's a Freemason, and it's really funny. You know National Treasure? Have you seen National Treasure? The National Treasure, National Treasure.
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't watched it. No.
Okay, well, there's a scene in the movie where it like hovers on like this guy's like Freemason ring for at least like 5-10 seconds or something, and he's like, it was super subtle, and it's like it was not super subtle that he was supposed to be a Freemason. It was supposed to be very in your face.
Yeah.
And because of National Treasure, he decided to be a Freemason.
Yeah. What?
And then
I thought the dude from Lore Lodge was Christian. What?
Yeah, no. He's like, he's like, well, Freemasonry requires you to believe in a god, so it's totally
that doesn't. Yeah, a god, I guess.
Yeah, no, you have to be theistic. So originally, I think you kind of had to follow the Christian god, sort of. But it was also a lot of, we have investigated ourselves and we have found no wrongdoing. It's like, you can read it in our book. And it's like, okay.
Right.
It's like, you can buy our book. It's like, okay. And it's like, it was very funny. And he's like, well, the Illuminati were bad because they were atheists.
What?
But they just used Freemasonry stuff. But they weren't actually Freemasons. Also, they tried to take over the French government. But so I don't know. I still think that Freemasons are, I think most of them are just kind of cringe, like founding father LARPers.
Yeah.
And then there's some who are like actually kind of crazy. But I think most of them is just like the founding father LARPers.
Yeah.
Especially in America. If they're like not in America and they're doing that, it's like, why? But my mother-in-law hates the Masons and thinks that like they're like satanic. I don't know, maybe. I don't know enough.
Right.
And it's like that they're connected to like the Hollywood elites and they're like eating children and that kind of stuff. But I don't think that she recognizes Masons as much as I do, because I watched like History Decoded, like stupid like History 2 channel, like one of those really stupid conspiracy ones.
Right.
And then I started noticing the Freemason symbol everywhere, and then I'll just point it out. Hey, look, a Freemason. And she'll be like, "Oh no, a Freemason!" Because they really are like everywhere. You can see it like almost every like government freaking building. You can see a Freemason thing somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, even where I live, we have a lodge downtown, like in our small little town here, and I think like every single, I mean, they're the Freemasons. That they of course they did all the stonework in town, but like I think almost every single stone building that we have in town was built by them, and like you can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell.
It's really funny. I never realized that we had been going to like a Freemason place for like most of my childhood. Because there's like a place that does like children's plays, and it's called Scottish Rite, and I didn't realize the Scottish Rite was like the Freemason Scottish Rite.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But it was just like a little like toddler play thing that I'd go to with my dad, to the point that like the people at the front desk recognized us. It's like, "Oh, it's you guys again." Ready to see the new one? Yeah. What were we even?
I don't know.
Oh, it was on thinking. It was on thinking and education. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is about unsupervised digital device stuff, so
right.
This will be good.
In recent years, psychological and psychiatric literature has documented with growing insistence how early and unsupervised exposure to digital devices and social media can negatively impact sleep, attention span, control of emotions, and relationships, especially during the most vulnerable stages of life, at times with tragic consequences. This is further aggravated by easy access to violent or degrading content that offends sensibility, to pornographic and hypersexualized material, to messages that trivialize the body and emotions, and to proposals that normalize risky behavior. Online phenomenon such as grooming, blackmail, and sexual exploitation of minors are not uncommon and are made more insidious by the use of fake profiles, algorithms that facilitate dangerous contact, and AI tools capable of manipulating images and videos. Having a personal mobile device at too early an age and using it without adult supervision can exacerbate young people's vulnerabilities, foster addiction, and expose them to isolation, bullying, and cyberbullying, as well as pressures to share intimate images or sensitive information.
Yeah.
It's like directly talking about like what is that, 764? Order of the Nine Angels.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Those guys suck. I forget, were they also the what is it? The clipping? I'm trying to remember what it was. Cappers. It was cappers.
Cappers?
Yeah. I think there's an expo video on it. I forget if it's the same group or if it was a similar group where it would be, "Oh, hello, child, do this thing. I got a picture of it. Now I can exploit you."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They've got like, you know, like that. There's so many like messed up terms that they have like for kids that they can trick into doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like they what's that one term? You know, like they're like sometimes they'll convince kids to like cut themselves and like take pictures of it and like cut into their skin like certain phrases. Like, excuse the language, but the name that they have for that is cut sluts.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. Yeah.
It's so disgusting. Like,
I mean, it's the general. It's general pedophile behavior because it's the general control. I think more than anything, and then the children are the just most vulnerable.
Yeah. Most vulnerable, easy to manipulate, easy to blackmail.
Yeah, because a lot of the times it's not just like, oh, they like prefer like the look of children or whatever. It's partially also the control, which I also do see in the Lolicon stuff. Whenever it's like, see, it's just a body type. It's like it's not. It's not about that.
That's just a body type. Goes on to talk about like brat correction and whatnot.
It's like, okay, please make these two make sense.
Yeah.
Like, like you picked it up in your community and you use that meme, so it's like I've seen you use that meme personally. Like, how are you gonna pretend like it's not about children?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, maybe they're just ignorant. They're just stupid. They just can't see the implications.
I think that, yeah, like, I think on some level for some of them, it's like, they don't, either they don't see it or don't want to see that it's, like, connected to the lolicon stuff, and it's just, like, it's kind of just floats around, and there's, like, acceptable excuses for like, what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's almost like a zeitgeist in the in like the Twitter sphere and like the social media sphere.
I'm gonna be cringe. I unironically somewhat blame memes because it's like you can bury like these ideas in like so much irony and things like that. It's like there are people who are being genuine about it, and there's some who's like, I'm repeating the thing because it's a meme, and I'm part of the community, and the community is totally cool and not freaking weirdos, and
yeah.
But it's like they just pretend to be weird, and it's maybe some of them, but the fact that they can like hide so easily, is the thing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, you can like point something out to someone and like point out just like this. Obviously, they're just hiding behind irony. Like, it's not even like that hard to see. They're just pretending. They're lying to do in order to do this out in the open. And you're not only like saying it's okay to do that, but you're doing it yourself, and you don't even know that you're like, you won't accept that you're doing that. You know?
Oh, but they're like the hardest against pedophiles. Don't you know that? They like get so many pedophiles caught.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Lolicons are the well-known group that get pedophiles caught.
I love that they always say that, and then they never really provide any evidence.
Yeah. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? There's never any proof.
And then it's like, oh yeah, no. And it's like, oh, what? Who did you kick out? Oh, this person. Were they a lolicon? Well, yes, but they weren't like a true lolicon. I guess. Because it's, I don't know. Because it's like, that's just proving that you do have a lot of them in your community if you keep finding them in your community.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I bet you if you were to ask any of these people, like if you were to ask them about furries, right?
Yeah.
And like bestiality in the furry community, they'd probably agree. It's like, oh yeah, of course, like most of them are into that. Like, they're furries. Of course they are, right?
Yeah.
But if you say that about lolicons, all of a sudden it's like everyone's up in arms and they start calling you a pedophile for noticing that they're acting weird, you know?
You see, because people hide in like the, oh yeah, I'm not doing bad things, I'm against it thing.
Right. Because
that happens, and sometimes, because that sometimes happens, that must mean that it's mostly the antis who are the true. They see a child when they see this person dressed as a toddler, so they are the true. Right. You're the real pedophile.
Right. It's the same kind of argument that people make against Christians. Yeah, like about the gay stuff. It's like, oh, you're a Christian who's against gay people, you must be gay, you know?
Yeah.
Which I mean does happen, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it does happen, but it's not every dude or chick who's against homosexuality as a Christian is gotta be secretly gay. Maybe some of the ones who go harder on it, that's like the argument. It's like, oh, the antis who go like super hard on it, they must be pedophiles. But it's like, I don't know, maybe sometimes it's just like people who have like a connection to the topic for other issues, like they've been like assaulted or things like that.
Yeah, like they're personally like affected by it.
Yeah.
Like Schlepp.
Yeah.
That Roblox kid.
Yeah, because he got groomed and shit.
Yeah. No, he's actually a pedophile. Did you know?
Yeah. And to prove that we are the virtuous ones, we have drawn him getting assaulted as a child.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? What?
I don't know. Maybe that was like the third-party shit stirrers who are just trying to make it worse, but Either way, it's not a good
I thought
look.
so too, but I saw so many like people retweeting it. And
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
it might have
what
been
are you
made
doing?
originally by the third party like shit stirrers,
Yeah.
but now it's but some Lollicons like unironically ran with it, so it's
Yeah.
yeah. Hi, which number are you on? You're on
142.
Yeah, we're about to read 142. But we've gone on so many tangents. This one might be like we probably won't finish this chapter.
Yeah.
I might even not even go on to the next section because we've just been kind of yapping and it's been fun.
Yeah.
I might just keep yapping until like Maewen's gotta go.
Well, it's been like 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
you know we got to catch up.
We gotta do like 3 weeks worth of yapping.
Yeah.
It is difficult for parents by themselves to resist the influence of business models that monetize attention and time. Therefore, it is essential to form an alliance among policymakers, educational institutions, and families that is capable of concretely supporting adults in this task. Far-sighted public policies are needed to oppose the immediate interests of platforms concentrated in a few hands, when they conflict with the well-being of minors. In this regard, interventions by legislators, you know what I'm saying, legislators are appropriate for setting age limits, holding service providers accountable rather than shifting the whole burden of control onto families, and for providing specific protections against all forms of online sexual exploitation and violence. Thus can children and adolescents who are entrusted to our care be generally protected as a precious treasure. At the same time, it is also necessary to teach children, adolescents, and young people how to recognize manipulation, defend their dignity, and respect that of others in digital environments.
Yeah, dude, I completely disagree with his point here. This is actually like kind of dangerous.
Spoon says that list is backwards. It should start with families, then educational institutions, then policymakers if need be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed. Because he had the whole thing of on subsidiarity.
Yeah.
So it should start from like the smallest unit.
Yeah, but like,
and then it's also to some degree, I don't know.
Yeah, like the whole like trying to, because like what happens is like when you try to enforce age limits, like it's like this every time.
Mm-hmm.
When you try to enforce governmental age limits, it gets taken advantage of. They're just trying to identify people and remove an anonymity from public spaces, and like that's not good for anyone. It's not good for Christians. It's not good for kids. Like, it doesn't.
I've also
I don't know.
It's also like how they would implement it kind of thing, because I know harmful opinions talks about it a lot. Like if you're gonna have kids there, you shouldn't like make it blatantly obvious that they're a kid, because that actually is like a groom me sign over them.
Yeah,
it's a target. But yeah, I think it's safe to assume he means applying this in a subsidiarity approach. Maybe.
I mean, his list is top down. I mean, if he was making that point, he would start at the bottom then.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think I think that this is flawed. Policy needs to be the last-ditch effort for something, yes, because otherwise it'll generally just cause more problems.
Yeah.
Like, Lolicon itself is a response to legislation, actually.
Yeah.
Have I told you that story? So basically, so we come in and it's like, Japan, you're being freaks. So we try to put like some limits on like how much pornography, but like how much hardcore pornography they have.
Yeah.
And which, okay, that's good. But then they just found a loophole, because one of the things is like, you can't show beaver, if you know what I mean. And so it's like, we'll just use children. We don't have any laws against that. We'll just use children instead, because then that's a way to get around beaver. And so they would just use children instead. And that's where Lolicon started from, and then eventually got into drawn content.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like, what is that, like Cub stuff, like in the furry community is the same way. Cause so like some countries outlaw like even drawn child stuff, and like furries can get away with that because they're not technically like human children; they're animals, and it's.
But they're like so anthropomorphized that it's like,
What's the difference? Like,
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's also just because, to some degree, I've like heard more about like the consequences of like when you try to put stuff on put the lead on service providers, where it might actually lead to more abuses than actual helping.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I find it weird that he like doesn't like really mention like the family at all in that section. Like he kind of hints at it at the very end there, but like
yeah, no, it should go the opposite way first, because that's
actually he's sorry
because I hate to say this. We gotta do it. We're gonna need like a little like button for me to I got like this thing, and I'll have to like set it up properly, and I gotta like press a button and it's be like liberal pope kind of for like every once in a while, where it's like, okay,
yeah.
And this one, it sounds like we can fix things by just throwing the government at it slightly. Yeah, and I don't think that that's true at all.
Yeah. Well, like he starts with this section by like actually almost outright saying that families are incapable of stopping this from happening, because it's like it's difficult for parents by themselves to resist the influence of business models that monetize attention and time. Like he's like almost outright saying that like families can't do it, that like the state needs to step in and do it for them.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it is extremely like the level of difficulty I will say is absurd.
It is absurd, yes.
So there should be help within it, but I'm not sure what laws you could logically put in place, honestly.
Yeah, without like stamping on other ones and like and allowing like gross abuses of it afterwards, because it's like I mean they're already like doing that. Like, I mean, UK is pretty bad. Like they're just gonna use like age verification in the UK to stop like political dissent. I mean, that's just a given. I mean, that's just how the UK is. That's not good. I mean, it's not for helping the children either.
I don't know. I don't know what you really can do. Like,
I'm not sure, honestly.
Because like educational institutions will definitely need to try to adapt too, but it's the general thing of, I guess with all of them, it's playing catch up.
Yeah.
So I guess at least with the family, you can like say that, especially it's like before like the kid gets introduced, you set the foundations of like right and wrong and kind of values in general that can help guard you against some of the dangers. But in educational institutions, it's like whenever you deal with technology, you got to have things that will actually keep the kids on task. But like, how do you do that without like, because it seems like each time kids get more and acquainted with technology earlier and earlier and figure out ways to like work around things.
Right.
I don't know. There are no smartly written age verification laws. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that I guess my part of my thing is like what I'm trying to get at is like people in government don't write smartly written laws, and that's on purpose. Like they do that. Like smartly written laws don't get passed because that doesn't help. It's like governmental like power, like top down control. Like they just don't do it, you know, because they're not actually concerned about helping and like protecting children, you know.
Yeah, though I think that, okay, there does seem like there's some laws that can be, age verification in states that force adult sites to shut down there. Yeah, there's some that, like, I feel like when you have it more specific, it's easier to, like, when you can be as surgical with the law as possible to get at the root of the issue, like, I think with kids on porn sites is a lot easier to specifically do as opposed to, like, the whole capital I internet kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, I think that, no, I'm not saying like, it's more, I think that it's, I'm not saying that like, don't write any laws since the government is corrupt. Regardless, I think it's more, you gotta be very specific in your wording and be as surgical as you can so that you don't give the government more power than they need and will abuse, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I'm actually streaming this on YouTube right now, but you should also watch it on Maewen's channel. She has all of them archived.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I have them all uploaded on my channel.
Yep. Needs more subscribers, so do it. Part of it being difficult is no one has made an effort to do it so far. It's like a 400-pound person saying it's hard to walk while sitting on the couch that they've sat on for a decade. Yeah. They shut down the ones that aren't agile enough to find the loopholes. How many new ones have popped up evading the law? Yeah.
Yeah.
The decision of platforms and government to be as permissive as possible is also why Japan is still so unhinged and why they keep importing extreme material to the rest of the world. I mean, yeah, partially. Yeah.
I think, like,
I don't know.
Like, there is a middle ground to be had when it comes to laws like this. I think the problem is like unfortunately our like most governments don't allow that to happen. Like governments typically don't like middle grounds because they don't get what they want, and then other people don't get what they want. So you kind of just, sometimes you get good stuff, but then sometimes you get like someone trying to pass an actual good law and then it gets reworded a bunch and people don't know that and then mess on it, and then it's all messed up.
But yeah, I mean, there's also I guess you could also talk about the issue of like all the different world governments when we all share the same capital I internet, except for like maybe China. Do we share with China?
Yeah, China, North Korea. I think that's it.
Oh, like like a few. There's very few countries that are. So it's trying to like figure out the best way to. I don't know. I feel like with the internet, we've kind of opened a can of worms, and then we're trying to like figure out how to like corral the worms. Maybe I should like let loose a bag of cats. Now we're trying to like figure out how to like herd them together to be. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think we as humans were ever built for mass instantaneous communication like this.
Yeah.
Like, and with so many people in like all at once. You know what I mean?
But yeah. I don't think that, I think there should be attempts at laws with age verification, but probably more in specific instances, I guess.
Right.
Like adult websites and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of it is the kids' access to the internet and stuff, but it's also not like entirely on the parents, I guess, unless it's like the kid is homeschooled and they still get around to it, unless if they also have friends, because it's like as long as your kid has friends, in theory,
right,
either the friend or the parents themselves will just be like, oh, that's kind of stupid that your parents don't let you do social media. You can use it over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I think it's like, in my opinion, it's like it needs to be bottom up. Like, this kind of stuff does need to start within families. But like, when I say that, I'm not like exactly like saying it's the parents' fault.
Yeah,
either.
we're not doing a leaflet.
Yeah, no, because it's like, dude, it is so insane, like how much things are stacked against parents, like raising their children in a sane way. Like, it seems like almost everything in this world is like trying to stop that, and sometimes maybe like you have to think like maybe that's like, I don't know, something else going on there. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like a whole like satanic influence and like.
I mean, I've say that it's a satanic influence, at least in the the Satan definitely thrives in the disinformation age, I guess.
Yeah.
And the hyper, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's, you know what? I'll call it super social, where it's super social age, because it's like
Yeah.
the super stimulus, where it's like it's too much, like it's like junk food basically.
Right.
And
It's
porn.
too much all at once.
Like it's like your brain's not really meant for it, so it's like, so it's both you have access to all these people, but then like people feel like the loneliest that they've felt in like forever kind of thing, because it's so it's like being isolated in a room full of people, partially because it's not like the actual one-on-one like conversation kind of thing. It's more
it's, you can't like really have anything like concrete with people either, because it's like, I mean, most people understand like online you're like one bad argument away from being blocked and never being spoken to again. So it's like at least in like real life, like that's a little harder to do, and people are, it still happens in its own way in real life, but like people are less prone to it, I think.
I think there's also more, especially when it's face to face, there's more of a like, I don't know what to call it, like evolutionary pressure to like try to like smooth over situations.
Yeah.
In a way that's not really as much online.
Right, yeah.
Though there are things online that are like swept under the rug to like keep things status quo and all, but it's more, it's much more likely to escalate because there won't really be consequences.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, if you, like, have a group of friends online and, like, you do something messed up and they, like, tell you about it, it's like, hey, don't do that again. Like, I mean, it's a real option to just, like, I'm not going to listen to you guys, blocked, and then, like, go off and find other people that agree with you. And, like...
Yeah.
Well, like, it's, like, I mean, that's kind of what I think is, like, what happens with, like, the whole lolicon thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, it gets pushed and pushed, and then
they get
like, well,
more and more isolated.
Yeah, they get more and more isolated, and they get even further into like an echo chamber.
Yeah. And then it's, I think some of the most like eye-opening kind of experiences is, again, it's just running into a normie who doesn't really use the internet, and it's like, oh, here's this thing that like everyone's talking about. It's like, what? That's a thing? It's like, yeah, it's all over. It's such a big deal. It's like, oh. Wait, why is that a big deal? It's like...
What are you talking about?
And then it's more like... Yeah, I guess it's like... Not as big as... originally, I guess.
Yeah.
To some degree, it's like... In my, like, little circle, this is a big deal. But, like, otherwise, it's like a very small blip in things. But it can feel like the biggest deal ever because, oh, everyone's talking about it. But it's like you're super hyper insulated, like little sphere, and then you don't interact with other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like, regardless, you'll focus on things more than others, but it's more like in real life you're forced to like interact with people with like different views on things more, I guess.
Yeah, different views, different interests. They do different things.
Yeah.
When it's like the internet kind of like like isolates and also inoculates people from being able to do that, because it's like, I don't know. I've noticed something like people who use the internet a lot. There's a name for it. I can't remember the name for it though.
Chronically
where, like,
online.
No. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, but. It's like the way that we use words and like the type of words that we use kind of can become hyper pronounced when we use the internet a lot, and it makes it difficult to talk with other people who also use the internet, who also have their own like phrases and like words for things. Like a really good example of this is like kids who use the shardy, right? Like soy jack party, like their like method of talking is nearly incomprehensible for me.
It's like a different dialect.
It's a completely different dialect, which isolates them from other communities and other like like from other people, you know?
Yeah, and if you spend enough time on there that you're like kind of resorting to the dialogue or to that dialect in general and not just like within that space. Because regardless if you use it enough, it will like sneak into your word. Because again, like thoughts, your thoughts form your words and that kind of thing. And if you're been there and interacting with that, then it will like become part of your regular vocabulary to some degree. And then everyone has like their own like isolated dialects and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if someone doesn't know what a furry is and they just run into a furry and they start talking about furry things, the amount of like vocab you need to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, 6, 7.
Oof. It only takes 6 or 7 interactions to get 6, 7. Oof. Okay, I mean, what were you guys arguing about? I haven't checked on your things in a bit. So they don't. Bad actors keep finding new ways to overcome cybersecurity. Doesn't mean you stop security updates. Yes, but you don't keep using Windows in your home when you know there are the bad actors as well. I'm saying you protect your home and your community's home first. You're saying to accept the government's fixes when they are part of the source of the issue, hence why we won't ever see the whole Epstein file, yeah? It is objectively some of the providers and platforms' responsibilities. Do you believe God won't judge them for their design decisions, including what they allow, not just the algorithmic manipulation? Mike Tyson said social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Yeah. The Pope is right that technological systems aren't neutral, and yet this facade of neutrality allows the people involved to shift blame to the machine. I mean, to a degree, the platforms are in some degree responsible, but it's also if you're using it as an open forum, then it's like how you need to figure out very carefully how to police, the rules that you are going to have and how to police them fairly and evenly. Because a lot of the time they will have rules but won't police them fairly and evenly too.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just like it's like what you said earlier, Happy Cynic, about like the dark or like the way that they design platforms and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's intrinsically evil for them to do that, right? And to use AI to manipulate discourse and whatnot. But the problem is like how do you even begin to legislate against something like that? It like without like destroying a bunch of other stuff in the process. It's kind of impossible.
Yeah, it's like collateral damage. Though I guess it's also the argument of what collateral damage is like allowable for some cases too.
Yeah. Like I mean obviously like some collateral damage for like a greater good is okay, but like the difficulty is like being able to see far enough into the future and like kind of deduce like what will happen after that. Like becomes this whole like what you were talking about with the whole lolicon thing with like Japan, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to outlaw porn in Japan like directly contributed to Japanese people being more interested in children pornographically. Like like that's the whole knockdown effect that I don't think anyone could have predicted.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they in that case I think they were too specific.
Yeah.
But again, porn is hard to define, and you don't want to like completely say no nudity because there is like artistic nudity that is good and beautiful.
Yeah, and should be shared too.
Yeah.
You know, and is important. So it's like, how do you do that? You know, I think that's, you know, like our whole problem here is mostly just our concupiscence and like our whole fallen status. You know, we just kind of always mess stuff up.
But yeah, it feels like a very slippery issue, but when you think that you get a hold on it, then it just like squeezes out again.
Yeah.
It's very unwieldy. But
yeah.
I do to some degree don't think that like government should be like completely not my problem, but it's more how much they should intervene and how to intervene is I'm not sure about. But then again, I'm a little brainlet, so hopefully someone knows something. But then again, there's always going to be fallen human nature to make things probably not go as intended, even if they have like this perfect plan.
Right, and even if they're well intentioned too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like the porn thing in Japan was ill-intentioned.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. And then it was just more of a way to, it's just like, again, like the bad actors finding loopholes kind of thing. It's like your best intentions might accidentally have bad consequences.
Yeah.
That's one of the only reasons why it's like, well, I don't think that we can realistically ban porn. Because it's like, one, even if you ban porn, one, actually, it'll probably make a prohibition thing, which might make it worse.
Right.
Two, with like when we already have like issues with cappers and like people taking pictures of people without like permission and that kind of thing. But it's more like we're using Japan as an example. This is not like the only time that it's happened. I'm not saying yeah. Oh, but with but it's also like I don't think you can ever really get rid of porn substitutes. Because it's like erotica and stuff would be like relatively easy to write up and share. And now with how the internet is too, in general, trying to like, I think that's part of what makes like finding like the child pornographers harder, is because they can share things so quickly and move so quickly.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're trying to hammer them, like you should still try to like take them out every time that you see them. But it's like they're moving so quickly, it's hard to like nail them down. And I feel like
it's hard to react because they're like the way that they do things changes so quickly too.
Yeah. Also, if we ban porn right now, what do we do about VR? Yeah, because VR is essentially just interactive. It would just be interactive pornography because it's still not like the actual act. It's essentially masturbatory.
Yeah, I think that like that's part of why I think like Spoon, like what you're saying, Spoon, is like why I think subsidiarity is so important is because it does start off in smaller groups at more localized levels. And if you do need to course correct on like if let's say you make a mistake in a smaller group, there's a lot less people affected and you can move a lot quicker than if it was from top down and would affect everyone all at once, you know?
I don't think he's saying that, oh no, VR would be in danger. That's not what he's saying. I think he's like, it's like once you get like that nailed down, VR would probably just show up as like a substitute essentially. And then you try to nail that down too. It's like, I don't know, I feel like we should play whack-a-mole in some senses, but it's also like figuring out the best, I guess the best like mole to focus on.
Right.
Yeah, if you ban traditional porn, then you force the users to something worse. VR, maybe. Well, VR is the issue is it would be two different people interacting. It's not like something that's already made. And then also, how do you start up like the 3 like role players in like their private Discord servers?
And how do you even deal with like paraphilias too? Like,
yeah,
if you outlaw like porn, like what's to stop? Like this already happens with like fetish material, like you know, like the quintessential like DeviantArt kind of stuff, like transformation like kind of stuff, or like that one dude who's really into like white bread, like
oh yeah, the Wonder Bread guy, like, and like it's like deforestation and white bread or something.
Yeah, like white women, deforestation, and white Wonder Bread. Like that's obviously like pornographic material for that guy and for a choice select few others. But like, how do you outlaw something like that and not like immediately mess up a bunch of other stuff? You know,
to some degree,
have to
there's
prove intent.
Like intent is hard. Like balloon guy. It's just a guy popping balloons who sounds really happy. How do you? Can you like prove that he's not just like special? Can you prove that it's like him doing it in like a gratification sense? It's like people will find like their substitute thing So that's why it's hard to outright ban it. I guess it's why I'm like not team ban porn. If I could like snap it and there'd be no consequences, I would Thanos snap that shit in like
absolutely,
immediately.
absolutely.
But yeah, but it's more. I guess it's not super realistic. We can continually like hunt down like CP, obviously, because that's like. And if Snuff shows up, do something about Snuff. But
right,
I don't know. I've eaten pizzas, and if laws were too aggressive, I might get hit in the Gooner laws. Oh yeah, like the like the feeder people, or geez, that kind of okay, got it. Maybe I should just say CSA so it's more clear. Yeah, stopping the most obvious still a vast improvement than nothing, true?
Yeah, there's always like I much prefer like small incremental steps than like all or nothing kind of thing.
I mean, we do have obscenity laws now, and there are like certain restrictions. It's just more there's plenty of times where you have to actually go to court because you need to like argue the intricacies of it, I guess.
Right.
It's like, actually, there's this artistic intention that might negate this thing.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I question artistic intention, to be honest. Because it's like, oh, there might be some ideas worth like looking into with this Made in Abyss thing. It's just, you gotta just get past all like the lolly like scat stuff and violence and gore and that's part of it too, because you can have all the laws you want, but it's also like the proper enforcement too.
Yeah,
because without someone actually enforcing it, just having it on the books doesn't necessarily make a difference. It can like help, because in some degree it might like have like that guy who's on the edge being like, well, if I get in trouble, then I won't do it until I won't get in trouble. Because I think I mentioned this whenever I went to the local anime convention soon after the Texas law got passed about like the virtual CSA stuff, and there was only one Lolicon booth. Everyone else was gone. There was other like stuff. There were like pretty explicit body pillows. No Lolicon. And I'm pretty sure it's because just in case I don't want to get arrested in Texas. So I think that there is like having something on the books by itself can be helpful, but it's also like knowledge that that's on the books too.
Yeah, there is something that happens too with laws like that. Like if Texas, they pass that law, right? And immediately everyone like tries to like stop doing that in public because they don't know how strictly it's going to be enforced. So like there's a time aspect to it too, because if the longer the law exists and if Texas doesn't actually enforce the law, then it'll just go back to practically the way it was before. I mean, there's always like a slight worry that it'll start to be enforced, but like it's law and enforcement, like it's not just isolated. Like laws aren't like, I don't think, none of us have said this, but like I find it fascinating that some people seem to think that like just having a law on the books is almost like a magic spell.
Powered
that, like,
word
stops.
Law.
And like just by itself, it just happens to stop people from doing it.
It's like gay. It's like gay ass, and then in the freaking Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's Gios, but. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like but yeah, so it's a mixture, I guess. Like the Lakari guy, like there's like footage of him being like, "Oh, I gotta delete my hard drives," because unfortunately I think he's in Texas, but
yeah.
This was before he showed that he probably had like actual like children pictures, but
Yeah, that was the guy that had the text file with like links to.
Yeah. But he looked up like his chat was telling him about the Texas law or something, and he looked at it, and he's like, "Oh no, I might have to just delete my whole hard drive. $10,000 or whatever. That's not worth it."
Yeah. Because like at a certain point, it just becomes like, if you're rich enough, you get to do these things too. Because it's a fine.
Yeah, it's fine or like so many jail time years, but it's also like, not to be too doer, but sometimes like the richer people do have easier ways to get away with things.
Yeah.
It's also partially the crimes that they choose to commit, because some of them are just like the white collar crimes have significantly less consequences, even if they have honestly
huge.
I think that their ramifications arguably can be worse than murder. Hot take.
Sure.
But
yeah.
if it gets like multiple people to commit suicide because of how like bad the consequences were, then it's like, I don't know. Maybe they should get more than like 10 years for taking these people's life savings.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially if they're driven to suicide because of it. Like, I don't understand. Like, that should be at least investigated as like murder charges, you know, because it's like direct result.
Yeah, jail time can just be house arrest if you're rich enough. Yeah.
And
then it's like, what's the point? It's like, I want to stay at my house anyway. But, yeah.
I might have to get off here soon.
Yeah. We'll have to we did not get like anywhere this time, I think. Well, no, we got a little somewhere.
This chapter's just really long.
Yeah.
What were we on? 143, right?
I think it's also just that we had a lot to talk about with this subject, because I feel like
yeah.
I don't know, I guess we're like I'm probably too online, so I've got a lot to say about what to do about the internet and the consequences of the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm probably worse off for the internet, maybe, in some ways. In some ways better off. Like, I definitely met a lot more people through this.
Yeah.
And, like, people that I trust, too, not just, like, look, people.
Yeah,
we're not saying to not put in laws. We're just saying that there'll still be people breaking them. So it's more just... I guess another thing I'll say with the porn is just pure numbers. Because the amount of people who consume it and are addicted to it, even people who don't realize that they're addicted to it, the amount of people that you need to actually, like, nail that down is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of, like, time and resources that you need for it. Where it's more, we need to make a cultural change.
Yeah, like a social and cultural change, because it's just like... people just don't know. They don't know that, like, porn does that to you. Like...
Yeah.
No one tells them. Like... Yeah,
and then they were like, oh, okay, the only people who don't like it are religious people, is, like, the general consensus. Right. Even though, that, like, one of the large things they looked at was the no-fap people, and how a lot of them, I think most of them, aren't religious.
Right.
It's just more, it was like health concerns.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think like law is obviously really important to put in place on top of, but that needs to be on top of like societal change.
Yeah, because like, otherwise you're just putting a band-aid on a gaping wound. You need to actually like put some, I don't know, I need a better analogy to explain this.
Yeah.
You need fences before sheepdog? I don't know. I'm arguing for legislative involvement and assuming all the other necessary change, not in a vacuum. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
okay,
that
well,
you're
yeah,
saying. I'm
yeah.
assuming you're saying it with nuance too. We're just making it clear that we're also saying it with nuance, I guess.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
tone is hard. That's another thing with the internet. Tone is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not against you to be like, yeah, no, I think that proper laws, it's more just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like my example earlier of like the UK, like they're introducing the age verification stuff, and it's like they haven't done any of the necessary changes like societally and like culturally for like porn and whatnot for that to make any of a difference. So like you have to just assume that it's in bad faith, which I mean it's the UK. I'm almost 100% certain it is, you know.
It might have, but on the bright side, there could still be like positive, like side effects.
Yeah, there could be.
Like even if the law wasn't written with the best of intentions, there can still be some positive side effects. Like bad laws can also have positive side effects too, not just a negative.
Yeah,
we'll say.
Obviously. Yeah.
It's more just like they're written poorly more than like it's inherently evil, I guess.
Yeah,
with a lot of
things. Like the UK is an really interesting example to me. Like the reason why I use them as an example is just because they have had in the past like a proclivity to take advantage of like think of the children kind of laws. And while like especially like recently, right, like they're trying to pass like age verification laws to quote unquote protect children. The problem is like they have so much worse stuff happening in their country where like children are like being raped, and they seem incapable or unwilling to solve that or try to even do anything about it, and instead focus on something that like in my opinion is like not as bad as literal child rape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess
like,
I'll also say I'll say it's different with the government. Because like whenever people are like, why are you talking about Lolicon? You could talk about the Epstein files. It's like, what can I do about the Epstein files?
Right,
like, whereas the government can actually do something about like prosecuting and properly punishing the people doing crimes against children. It's more like with governments, it's more like, okay, why is your priority there and not there? Where it should be both. It should be both.
Yeah, it should be both. But for some reason, it's just like one.
Yeah, so that's more the thing. And I think that it is different, a government's culpability versus a person's culpability, I guess, in that sense of what they choose to pursue.
Yeah.
But yeah, per the Pope's earlier metaphor, the proper response is, wait, Nehemiah, not another Babel? Yeah. What the Parliament meant for evil, the Lord will use it for good. Yeah. Hopefully.
I hope. Jeez.
Hopefully. At least I'm sure there'll be a few positive side effects, but hopefully the negative side effects aren't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out again, Maewen. We'll maybe finish this chapter at some point. Look, we're halfway on the scroll wheel.
We're almost there. I mean,
okay. To be fair, a lot of them's probably. Let me check one thing. A lot of these are probably just references. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good bit. This is like a fifth of references. So we're
almost there. We're almost done.
We're making progress.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I gotta go put up some more fence for my sheep. I gotta fire up my tractor and cut some grass and whatnot. Hopefully I don't get any more sunburn. I think I've got some sunscreen somewhere, but...
Do you ever have like one of those like shirts that are like kind of like the dry fit, but they're like supposed to be like SPF whatever?
No, not really. I got like a swim shirt that's kind of like that, but it's a little too thick for being like in the sun without being in water, because it like just kind of
makes sense.
It doesn't. It soaks up all my sweat, so I can't like evaporate properly.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually help you cool down.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I got a sun hat somewhere. It's not too bad.
Yeah, my dude will unironically use a rice hat sometimes.
They work. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mainly just make the joke because his grandma's Filipino and she uses it, and then he got one at like H Mart or something, and then he uses it.
I should probably get one. I mean, they work really well. They're
They
pretty
really
good.
do. There's a reason why they exist.
Yeah, they breathe really good too, so your head doesn't get all sweaty.
The good ones, at least, but they're expensive. The UPF UPF? Yeah, ultraviolet protection.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They're cool. It might have just been a swim shirt. My mom gave me one because I don't like swimsuits to show skin.
Right.
So I'll like wear like shorts and stuff in the water.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
my dream swimsuit is like the one from like the 20s or whatever, where it's like long and like it has like the sleeves, and it's also got like the kind of shorts like those one pieces, you know? It's like the stereotypical like mustache man wearing them. I want one of those. I need to find one.
I was just thinking about that the other day, actually. I was like right, like mid-calf kind of shorts, and then you've got like midway down the arm kind of sleeves, and it's like...
It sounds comfy.
Yeah, it does.
I want that. I don't know what to look for to find one and buy it. It would probably have to be like through some small company or something, because they don't make them.
Yeah, maybe like a reproduction or like a historical reenactment, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Etsy, probably Etsy.
Yeah,
but you also got to see if it's like a good Etsy. But I guess that's what reviews are for. Sorry, I keep on going off. I don't want to hold you hostage. You gotta save your sheep.
Okay, all right.
But,
all right. Yeah, I mean, I'll see you. We'll be streaming next week then.
Yes, unless if something horrible happens.
Okay.
But
save my sheep.
In case of now I'm just thinking of it. What was it, like Peter? Is it like whatever he's like getting him to like do like the undenial kind of, where he's like has him say it 3 times? It was like, oh yeah, no, I'm, and it's like,
oh yeah.
So what is it, like feed my sheep? I think. Okay, this is weird. I don't think there's anyone that I'm following. I might just end stream.
Yeah, it was kind of dead earlier too.
Yeah, I don't see like literally anyone other than Maewen, who is also leaving. So this one name does sound funny to me, but I'm probably not gonna send it because it's Roblox. But there's a guy called Large White Boy 23, fat loser streaming Roblox.
All right.
I am tempted, but I don't think I will.
That's whiplash. Go from the Pope's Encyclical to a Roblox stream.
I mean, in general, I feel like we do a lot of whiplash here.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
I feel like my whole channel is whiplash.